Israel needs U.S. help to fully eliminate Iran's nuclear capabilities.
If we don't get it right now, we're going to pay later. If they survive all of this, God help us all.
Graham argues Iran's supreme leader would use a nuclear weapon, but other lawmakers, including some Republicans, say U.S. military involvement should require approval from Congress. The U.S. sending more fighter jets to the region, along with a second aircraft carrier strike group and Air Force tankers sent to Europe.
U.S. forces have not participated in any offensive strikes against Iran yet, but the U.S. military has been sharing intelligence and providing air defense of Israel from land and by sea.
Fox's Jennifer Griffin at the Pentagon. B-2 stealth bombers that can drop so-called bunker buster bombs doing damage deep underground are based in Missouri.
If the president orders them to fly, it's a 30-hour round trip to the Middle East and would require a lot of mid-air refueling, hence the pre-positioning of all those refuelers to Europe.
The Israeli military just giving a briefing.
We have delivered significant blows to the Iranian regime, and as such, they have been pushed back into central Iran.
IDF spokesperson Efri Defrin says they have a clear mission to eliminate the threat of Iran's nuclear program and ballistic missiles at the source. Iran's retaliatory strikes today have been not as intense, with fewer missiles. President Trump warning against strikes on civilians or American soldiers, posting earlier that we won't kill the supreme leader, at least not for now, but know exactly where he's hiding. The L.A. mayor just announcing a downtown curfew is lifted, imposed a week ago during riots over immigration raids. America is listening to Fox News.
U.S. Army Major Scott Smiley paid a high price serving our nation. Scott was leading his platoon in Iraq when a blast sent shrapnel through his eyes, leaving him blind and temporarily paralyzed. Scott would become the first blind active-duty military officer before medically retiring years later. Thanks to friends like you, the Tunnel to Towers Foundation gave Scott and his family a mortgage-free, specially adapted smart home. Show your support for America's heroes now. Donate $11 a month to Tunnel to Towers at t2t.org.
Quiet down. Here she comes. Surprise! Your accountant just emailed to say your quarterly taxes are way higher than you were expecting.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting discounts with a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Also, your favorite employee is leaving. They're going to pursue their dream of being a veterinarian.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
Look out, look out. It's only me, it's only the Kimmer, with Pete Davis, sidekick, producer, and sports raconteur extraordinaire, and the mechanical mangler at the controls. It's Flounder. We got any interns in there? I don't see anybody else in there yet. We got anybody in there?
Yep. Lord Brian is here.
Lord Byron. I'll be darned. Lord Brian, of course. And what happened to Derek? I guess Devin. I guess he took a suit and disappeared.
No, he was working. He was doing something here this morning. When I was walking in, he was leaving.
He couldn't take the Kimmer show. Well, it's okay. No, it's all right. He had the suit. He was dressed up into the nines, and he walked in there and say, I did one afternoon. They couldn't take the pressure. It's okay. It's all right.
He's Fuzz Jr.
Fuzz, yeah, that's right. Devin looked just like Nathan the Fuzz.
Fuzz Jr.
No question about it.
With one shoe untied.
Well, and again, he said he did it on purpose.
I have no idea.
I said, your shoes untied. He said, I know. I said, well, you know. I said, well, yeah, so I just, it's comfortable. I'm going, now, okay, wait a minute.
1 foot bigger than the other one?
No, I mean, it's fine. It's no problem. Anyway, Kimmer, Pete, Flounder, and Lord Brian are back there. 304, here's the number, 404. I got to stretch here. 404-741. Yeah, 1230. That's a thing with the thinger. This is Tuesday. And by the way, where are the mountain women?
In the mountains. Well, actually, one's in Florida and one's in the mountain.
Well, they're not here. See,
no, they're not.
The last time you were here, they had the mountain women.
Your actions, what you've been saying last few days.
I didn't say anything. I said they were beautiful women, and it was great having them in here. Oh, how offensive.
That's not what you said.
What did I say?
You said, once she touched my hand, I would never let her go. I would grab her and hold her and take her to my car and take her home and never let her leave.
I believe that was private between you and me. I don't think I said that on the radio.
There's a word for that. It's called kidnapping. By the way, I did not tell them you said this, so if they're listening, they're hearing this right now for the first time.
Well, we should kill the app then. There's no way we should have a listening on the app.
I like the one where he goes, is she your girlfriend? And
I said, what? Before you said it, I wanted to make sure.
You start talking.
Yeah.
Then you stop. You go, oh, is she your girlfriend?
Just for the record.
And I said, what are you going to do, hit on her?
No, I'm a pet rock. I mean, sure, I know these. I'm a pet rock. I learned this down in Florida. When I retired in my 60s, at 62 or whatever it was, went to Florida.
They're listening.
Oh, God.
Says it's all good. Of course, that was before she heard the last part.
Well, no. I mean, I learned when I went down to Florida. I'm a pet rock. I mean, all the girls at the stable. I had my Jack the Good Boy. I got my horse, and I had Shooter, my cowboy horse, too.
Should I tell you what she just wrote? Or one of them?
Well, we never wanted to hear from him again, or
tell him we are thinking about him.
Oh, yeah, thinking about how they got away.
What a close call.
Belinda and Lori. Belinda wearing the Kimmer Babe shirt, and Lori, well, now I should probably explain. In fact, I would have said this.
People know. People know.
No, they don't. I mean, again, it's just, it's me. Again, I'm a pet rock. When I was down in Florida, I learned this very quickly. The girls at the stable love me. And they're between, 15 and 24. I mean, but they love me. They had me hanging around. And if we went to a bar or a party, I would pick up the tab. It was just, they were great. It was fun to be around, but no one ever took me seriously as a mate or as a date or something like that. It's over. I mean, it was just long gone. And so I realized that I've become a pet rock. And so I'm glad if I can make people happy or laugh or joke around, stuff like that. But I know nothing. I mean, all I have now is literally knowing that a fantasy is in fact a fantasy. So I just have these little mind games and stuff, and that's what I do. And they were both so sweet, and they make me feel good, and they have me here. And I guess I should say this.
Here we go.
Well, if it had been just the two of us, I shouldn't. This is really
you really
personal.
Probably shouldn't say that.
But well,
bridge too far.
Yeah, maybe so.
Stop doggy.
Well, anyway. So, well, it was very. It was very. It was very nice. It was a touching, sweet thing, and it was great to have them here. And I'm better for it.
My friend in Lake Oconee said it was the best 30 minutes of your show he's heard in 2 years.
Well, it's because the girls involved. It isn't just me, So anyway, well, that's good. Well, I hope they're doing all right. Anyway, I treasured a moment. Let's just say that. Now, a couple things. In fact, we got all the newsy stuff. There's no war yet, but it looks like we're getting there with Iran. Donald Trump is in the Situation Room, and they got planes flying up in the air, and there's a guy with pictures of an Iranian petting a nuclear bomb, which means they have a nuclear bomb, or is this a picture, or
they're
what?
Threatening,
Well, again, so here we go. I mean, things are building, things are bubbling, people are reacting, and so far, we don't know where we stand. I mean, we'll see.
The art of the deal. He's putting pressure on them to see if he can get a deal out of them. I love the fact he's sending the exact same aircraft carrier that Carter sent that screwed up with the helicopters and the Tehran hostage situation. This time we're not going to be sending helicopters.
Right, baby. No, that's got nothing to do with
It'll be cruise missils and what's the big plane now? F-18 or F-16?
No, they're F-35s or I don't know what I don't know what the latest ones are. I think an F-35 has never been shot down.
Wow. Well, don't say that.
Anyway, and Donald Trump says he knows where the Ayatollah is. He's in hiding, but we know where you are. You're an easy target. And then he said, I'm not going to kill you, at least not now. But if you start bombing Americans or hurt American soldiers, then we have a whole nother. So again, he says, we know where you are. Can you imagine? Anybody in Iran, how'd you like to be their new nuclear missile expert? I mean,
the fifth one in 2 days.
The guy was just nominated to become, he was made the new military commander of Iran 4 days ago, and they just killed him. I mean, so how'd you like to be his replacement? I mean, no thanks. Appreciate it.
The Mossad has put out 2 tweets in the last hour.
Check this out.
The first one was the guy who was the previous military leader who replaced the previous military who replaced the previous.
It's been like 4 or 5.
And then they said, the Mossad posted this. It said, Iran is now claiming they hit a Mossad base
training
here in Israel.
Yeah.
That's okay. All of us are in Iran now anyway.
Anyway, so I mean that's where we stand. We really don't know. And again, everything's on the table, I guess. And again, I don't know. Do they have a bomb? I mean, is it a thing? What would happen if we? And here's the other thing: if we allowed Israel to bunker bomb that underground facility. Again, Israel can't do it. We are the only country with a bunker bomb and the only country with an airplane to fly it.
That's what we hear.
So, and now, in order for us to stay out of it, we can't do anything. If we want to give the bomb to Israel, we also have to give them the plane.
That's not going to happen.
That's America. That's America bombing Iran. Now, as far as I'm concerned, that's fine. But I don't think we want to go that far. And if we do anything involving that, then we're at war with Iran.
What's amazing here is, once again, you're seeing that the Democrats are all lockstep.
Yeah.
Except for Fetterman. They got one guy saying that he's supporting the president, while the rest of them, you can't do this. The Republicans actually are having a civil war right now. You got Lindsey Graham on one side, Marjorie Taylor Greene, and Tucker Carlson on the other side, saying we shouldn't in any way do this. This is called a debate. This is what a republic is supposed to be about. You don't always agree on everything. You have a spirited debate, then you make a decision, you get behind the president.
The problem, what concerns me is I don't have the knowledge for about three things I need to know. I need to know, one, what would happen if America allows a plane and a bunker bomb for Israel to destroy the Iran underground thing. What is the result? What happens? Who does anything? Iran won't be able to do anything against us. Is Russia or China or anybody else? What's the deal?
Pakistan's the only one that's mouthed off so far.
Is Pakistan going to attack America if we blow up Iran? If we let Israel blow up Iran, is Pakistan going to attack America?
That Pakistan said if Israel uses nukes, then they would use nukes. Well, Israel's not going to use a nuke.
The bunker bomb's not a. I don't think the bunker bomb's a nuke. It's just huge.
No. It's just
we're not. Well, again, I can't imagine Pakistan would have the balls to attack America if we allow Israel to take on Iran. It's too much of an indirect step. Plus, who the hell do they think they are?
Doesn't it seem, they're a nuclear power is what they are.
Okay, how many, you want to go up against America with nuclear power? I can't imagine that'd be a good result.
No, but it is a death cult in some ways.
Again, I don't know the answer to what would happen if we did it.
Doesn't it seem, though, that Iran for the last week has been getting their military equipment from the Acme Corporation?
Yeah, right. Roadrunner. Seriously.
That catapult that goes back and hits Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah, he falls off the cliff, it'll splat. My God. And again, we're talking, making the beeper thing look like child's play with what they're planning. I don't know. There's so much more in that.
Yeah, they said it would look like child's play, what we're doing next.
Kindergarten stuff, yeah. And I believe it. So anyway, we'll see. All right. Anyway, that's all, up in the air. That's all coming up. Let's see. We got so much stuff to talk about. A million things. I'm telling you. And we have bits and sound and things. We got a packed show here today. 3:13. Braves are back in town with,
the Mets.
The Mets, the marvelous Mets. Yeah, those
and a marimba miracle.
Oh, my God, coming up. Plus, Pete's Tweets. We got Flounder's Funnies. Holy crap, it's sports. We got it all. Kimmer, Pete, Flounder, and Lord Brian back in the back there. Look out. Here we go.
Miss any of the show? No sweat. Grab your XTRA 106.3 app and listen to show replays whenever you want. Download the XTRA app now for Apple and Android by searching for XTRA 106.3.
Okay, let's review. I got hit on my chopper, and I got sideswiped in a hit and run in my car, and I got almost hit on my chopper Sunday. Golly, good thing I have David Van Sant on my phone. Luckily, I have not needed a lawyer for all this stuff, but it's weird out there. Driving along, and you think, man, all of a sudden, this is all like in the last few weeks. Anyway, David Van Sant, he's a lawyer. He's on the top 100 trial lawyers in Georgia. He's also on that top 20 super lawyers list. The guy doesn't fool around, and he's an injury recovery, personal injury guy. But if you have an issue like with an insurance company, and luckily I've not had that issue now, but if I did, I'm not talking to the insurance company lawyers. I'm talking to David. David Van Sant used to work for the insurance industry, and again, I bless him because I've used him before, and I think we probably all have. But they have their charts and tables, and they're going to say, "Oh no," and I'm not going to argue with him. Let David do it, because if you don't win, he doesn't win. You're number one with him. Then he knows all the tricks and all the stuff. And to get as complicated, so let him work it out. Luckily, I haven't needed him recently, but I got his number in my phone, and here it is, 855-GA-INJURY. Online, VanSantLaw.com.
Don't miss the first MLB All-Star Week event at Truist Park as talent meets tradition in the 3rd annual HBCU Swingman Classic presented by T-Mobile and powered by the MLBPA Youth Development Foundation. Join fans, athletes, and alumni to watch Hall of Famer Ken Griffey Jr. shine a light on 50 of the best young ball players from HBCUs around the country on baseball's biggest stage, July 11th at 7 p.m. Get your tickets today at allstargame.com/swingman.
Kevin McAlpin here, alongside Evan Ward, host of North Georgia's Retirement Game Plan, heard right here on XTRA 106.3. And Evan, one of the most common questions financial advisors get is, can I retire now? Obviously, this can apply to folks who want to retire early or those who are 65 or older just wanting to know if they've done enough saving over the years. So when a client calls, when they stop by your office, how can you help them determine if they are able to finally retire?
That is the number one question that we get the first time somebody comes in our office. How do I even know whether I've got enough to get where I need to be? And I think my industry does an awful job of giving you at least the right facts to be able to make that decision. How do I know? Now, the actual creation of an income plan that can take the stresses and the risks and reduce any kind of concerns that you have in retirement, that can get pretty complex. That's why you have a person like me on your team. But the actual knowing whether you have enough to be able to retire is a pretty simple formula that we'd love to share and be able to show clients, hey, you're in a good spot, or no, you're not in a good spot, but if we do these things, we can get back on track and retire ahead of schedule or on your schedule that you want. And that's what we focus on. That's our primary concern when somebody walks in our office.
If you are wondering if you can retire, well, that's why you got to pick up the phone and call Evan and the team at Atlas Retirement today. They're going to give you a complimentary review of your savings and investments. That number is 678-736-7799. 678-736-7799. Or get more details anytime online. It's atlasretirement.net. That's atlasretirement.net. Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor.
At Jim Ellis Ford Sandy Springs, you can take advantage of employee pricing on select new Ford models. That means you pay what Ford employees pay. No markup, no hidden fees. It's all part of Ford's bold campaign, from America for America. While other dealerships may raise prices due to auto tariffs, Jim Ellis Ford Sandy Springs is stepping up, giving you the power to save big on American-made vehicles. Choose from bestsellers like the F-150, the rugged Bronco, the capable Explorer, and now when you purchase or lease a new Ford EV like the all-electric Mustang Mach-E, you'll receive a complimentary home charger and standard installation, making your switch to electric even easier. At Jim Ellis Ford Sandy Springs, you're not just getting a great deal, you're getting award-winning service from a locally family-owned dealership.
They're just 4 miles north of 285 on Roswell Road. Visit them online at jimellisford.com.
Jim Ellis Ford Sandy Springs, where you pay what we pay, where you can always expect the best.
Jim Ellis, expect the best.
Hey, Georgia neighbors, it's time to expect more from your Medicare Advantage. Discover Sonder Health's custom plans tailored just for Georgians. Saunders offers unique benefits, including special plans for those living with chronic conditions. Some plans even come with grocery or gas benefits to support your overall well-being. Sonder Health makes it easy to get the coverage you need. See for yourself what today's Medicare Advantage can do for you. Visit SonderHealthPlans.com, a healthier state of life. Sonder Health Plans is an HMO and PPO with Medicare contracts. Enrollment in Sonder Health Plans depends on contract renewal.
Running up that hill. I don't think I've ever remember hearing a Kate Bush song.
Saturday Night Live, she was on a lot back in the 70s.
Yeah. In 2022, Kate Bush went to number 1 on the Britain singles chart with Running Up That Hill, originally released in 1985. It enjoyed a new lease on life after being the Netflix sci-fi show Stranger Things. Now, I remember yesterday we had a couple of musical things about setting a record between times a song was number 1 and then brought back. Here's another one. 44 years between Kate Bush's #1 Wuthering Heights in 1978 and Running Up That Hill. The singer Kate Bush claimed the record of the longest time taken for a single to reach the top of the charts. The longest ever gap between #1 singles in British history, and she became the oldest female artist to ever score a #1 on the singles chart, beating fellow icon Cher, who was 52 when her hit Believe topped the charts in 1998. And Kate Bush was, well, it doesn't say how old she was here, but she was older anyway. Well, there you go. Little musical thing. Kimmer, Pete Flounder, and Lord Bryan's back there. Our birthday list includes Thomas Hayden Church.
Good actor.
Thomas Hayden Church is 65. Robert Dufresne on HBO's Divorce. I tried to watch that once, and I thought, why do I want to watch a show about divorce?
Sideways was good.
Well, he was also, it says right here, this is Flounder's list. He was incredible as Jack in Sideways, but to me, he'll always be Lowell on Wings.
And he was Sandman, Spider-Man movies. Did a good job there, Sandman.
Yep.
Oh, but speaking of music, you ready for the music story?
I am, yes.
Hit it, Flounder, there. You know, the little music intro that we had.
A music story intro.
Music story.
Flounder. Oh, no, it's marimba. Now, what's the difference between a marimba and a xylophone?
We've been through this before.
I thought, is it not the
I
same?
think we did a whole show on that.
I know, but I forgot what's the difference. Is it the same thing?
Anyway,
longer
I have no idea. Yeah, it's longer.
It's a marimba.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm at Ingles the other night.
Yeah.
And I'm looking through the toilet paper aisle, and there's this playing over the intercom.
Toilet paper aisle.
Yeah.
All right.
So I start to try and record it to play for you guys to laugh about it, and the phone wouldn't record, which is why I smashed the camera here.
You broke your video.
I broke the camera, but I don't care. I'm going to replace this piece of crap anyway.
Oh, hey.
But anyway, so I finally got it to record the one part where it plays marimba.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is a band called Starbuck, big in the 70s.
Yeah.
And I think they're kind of local around here, but this was their big hit, Moonlight Feels Right, with the marimba.
I remember that song, Moonlight Feels. I remember that song.
So I put it on Facebook.
Yeah.
And you guys laughing about it.
Yeah.
One of my Facebook friends named Bob. Bob forwards it to a man named Bruce Blackman.
All right, sir.
Bruce Blackman is this guy right here, the man in the white hat in Starbuck.
In the band?
In the band.
God.
Who Facebook friends me, so I'm now Facebook friends.
No, but the guy who played
Bruce
this music.
Blackman.
I'll be damned.
He's the keyboardist.
We need to get him in here.
For Starbuck.
Oh, my God, that's unbelievable.
He says, I'm the guy in the white hat.
How cool is that?
That's amazing.
Just because of Facebook posting at the supermarket.
Yeah. How small a world is this?
What if we could get him to come in studio and play that song?
I'll tell you, it's the freaking cell phone, man.
It is amazing.
This is your own TV satellite station and your internet sensation in your hand, in your pocket. I mean, think of it as
it connects the world.
It does, person by person. Wow. Anyway, let's see. Well, I was going to do the Battle of Bunker Hill story. I'll do that later. I do.
One more music thing.
All right.
Guess which two bands are getting back together to tour together? Think local. One of them's local, kind of local.
Black Crowes?
A little older than that.
Oh, wow.
Driving down the Atlanta highway.
Oh, God, I don't. My mind. I can't. Yeah, I know. The B-52s.
B-52s
I'll be damned.
are getting together with Whip It. Whip It Good.
Oh, no.
Devo.
Oh, my God, Devo.
That is a show I got to see. Devo and B-52s.
Well, I remember. Well, yeah. I have a B-52 story, but I can't say it. It's too sad.
Okay.
Involves a chick.
Oh.
Don't
they always?
Sad ones. I know. Our mountain girl still listening?
I don't know. I haven't heard from her.
Actually, and you stopped me from...
Actually, yes.
I was going to tell a story, but I was going to tell one of them a story, but it can only be told, verbally. There's no way I could text it to her, but what a fun thing.
They're threatening to come back.
No, they don't want to do that. Give her a feel. Oh, by the way, again, this has nothing to do with anything except I heard this morning when Neil Bortz is on Tuesday mornings on the morning show at 7:25. Neil Bortz does a daily or a weekly thing. Bye, Princess. Bye, sweetie. There she goes. And we got a new girl in. Did you see her?
Yes, I did.
Sorry. So Neil Bortz was saying he was listening to the morning show, and the smart one's gone. He's got some of those 14 volleyball days. They have volleyball days they take off, and then they have baseball days.
Cornholing
and stuff like that. Anyway, so he's off on his volleyball days, and so Tug and that Anita Firecracker are in doing the morning show. And I'm not sure that's her last name. Anyway, so Neil Bortz was doing the show, and he said, "Oh, by the way, I love girls in glasses." And she starts giggling and stuff. I guess she wears glasses. And so they say, "Oh, I guess somebody's watching on YouTube at the morning show." Well, I tried to get on YouTube. And in fact, at that moment, I tried to get on YouTube. And I went to YouTube. And I typed in I hit my thing with the Kimmer Show. Okay, so I'm doing the Kimmer Show like that. So I got the Kimmer Show. And there's no way for me to see what's on YouTube. How could if he can watch YouTube, how come I can't watch YouTube?
You can.
From where? There's nowhere to
get
say.
Get the app. Get the YouTube app.
I'm on it.
That's a Facebook Kimmer Show. That's not Kimmer Show webpage.
That's YouTube.
No, that's Facebook, isn't it?
No, it's YouTube.
Oh, okay.
But so how do I get
I don't know.
I mean, how come I can't? There's not a thing that says you can watch your own self on YouTube right now.
We'll do it during a commercial or something. I don't know if you want to do that.
Seriously,
during
there's no way to show it. And I went to,
give it to the expert here.
Oh, all right.
Give it to Dad. Let Dad figure it out. He's figuring it. Flounder is now working the problem.
You would think
as we speak.
A dot thing that says, live YouTube feed or
Top
something.
Men working on it as we speak.
Flounder is he's scrolling and fingering and pushing. I mean, see, it's unbelievable.
I wouldn't describe fingering as what he's doing.
Well, I don't know. I'm just, trying to be. I'm seeing, again, and Flounder knows everything.
I know. He does.
Well, he can't do it.
Maybe we should give it to a younger man.
Your iPhone storage is low, but you go to the search.
Okay.
iPhone storage is low. I pay $1 million for the storage off the ad. When they say all the storage in the world is, for $19, fine. And all of a sudden now my storage is low.
Yeah.
Oh crap! This is crap. Bunch of crap.
That is crap.
They're trying to get me to sign up for more freaking storage app stuff.
How many videos do you take a day on your phone?
That's true. You do have,
and you don't delete them. Anytime you go to the stable.
All right. Well, let me explain it to you. And again, okay. Here we go. Every day I take lots of pictures on my phone for the history stuff, and every night I erase them. The only videos or pictures I take that I save are from the stable, and on Saturday and Sunday I take maybe a total of 15 videos that are mostly about 1.5 minutes most.
That takes up your storage.
That's a lot. That's a lot. And you probably got stuff from the past that you never got rid of.
I've got to go back a couple of years.
Yeah, that's way too much. The video eats everything.
Well, I don't think I like that. I pay money for the extra stuff.
Well, you're using up your extra stuff.
Well, then I'll have to go erasing. Now I don't want to erase all my horse videos with Jack the Good Boy. I'm not erasing that.
Can't you? You can put it on a computer and put it on a little thumb drive and save it there.
Oh, well, there's a great idea. Why don't I go ahead and get one of those over? I'll get the app over Best Buy.
You can get a thumb drive.
You have one in your car.
Yeah.
For your music.
Oh, right. God. I hate everything. Okay, here I am. I don't know how to use my freaking phone. I mean, it's unbelievable. I'm an educated man.
At least you don't break them like I do.
I do too. Well, anyway, so I can't watch Anita Firecracker on the morning show because I can't get YouTube on here.
Well,
I don't understand. I can anyway. Well, okay. Sorry, I got distracted. That's all right. No, it's okay.
Shiny light.
God. All right, everything fine. All right, God, 3:29. I know. Done.
Killed 30 minutes.
I know. I'm not good. I'm not good. I told the boss. I went into the boss. I said, I'm not good. I just, I think it's just not good. Okay, where were we? You know what? Let me do this because, and we're going to take a break here in a second. I want to do this story because I don't want to think about it for later on. This really affected me, and in fact, I mentioned Bortz mentioned this when he was on this morning too, about the same thing. Heartbreaking to find out that during that murderous spree in Minnesota by the psychopath who killed the state lawmaker and husband and wife, and the team shot and the 2 killed and 2 wounded, the family's rescue dog of the state lawmaker, Melissa Hortman, and her husband, who were killed, their family's rescue dog, Gilbert, the golden retriever, was also shot during the attack, and they had to put him down. Her children had to put him down after learning their parents had been murdered. Gilbert wasn't going to survive. Melissa loved that dog. She trained him as a service dog. He flunked out of school, and she was so happy he failed so he could stay with her. She needed him in heaven with her. She was the mother, the dog mommy who got murdered, was a Helping Paws foster home trainer. They raised and trained Minnie, who is now a working service dog partnered with a veteran. They helped raise and train Gilbert, a service dog who was eventually career changed and became a cherished member of their family. The kids say the one way to keep their parents' memory alive would be to pet a dog. Golden Retriever is ideal, but any dog will do.
Okay, if we can have hate crimes, which give harsher sentences if you do something to a certain kind of person, why can't we have a law in the books that if you take somebody that is a member of society that's doing good, if you take that person out of the
out of the mix,
gene pool, you get to do what the Russians do. We take you out in the alley and sit you on your knees and put a bullet in the back of your head and you don't know when it's coming.
Well, I think we should make it last a lot longer than that. But again, I don't understand why the hell they only charge him with second-degree murder.
Yeah.
And now the grand jury can make it first-degree, but how could you not charge a guy with first-degree murder? You had a list of 70 people to assassinate.
And what last thing I heard is the fact that he supposedly, after the list, and he had supposedly, king stuff in his car, no kings.
Yeah.
He supposedly was mad at the two Democrat lawmakers because they had sided with the Republicans in the special session to take away free, medicine and health care for illegals.
Yeah, right.
People who pay in it their entire life don't get free, but the people that broke the law and came over are getting it free. And these Democrats voted with the Republicans to take it away, and he shot them for it.
Yeah, psychopath.
Doesn't deserve to live.
There's no possible other result than what should be clear. I mean, God. And again, it's just, obviously, a dog's life and a human's life, to me, I'm telling you, this is still God's stuff.
He should be killed for what he did to the people, but the dog is like the bad icing on the cake.
There's judgment coming. This is, again, it's
we should give it the judgment.
Yeah, it broke my heart.
It's not civilized to let beasts like this roam amongst us.
Do not deserve the luxury of life.
Why do we put up with it?
Yeah, you think God's going to forgive him? We'll see. Let's find out, shall we?
I'm not going to speak.
Let's arrange the meeting. 322, Kimmer Pete Flounder and Lord Brian. 332, 94, Hike.
Are down 87%, and Army recruitment hits a 15-year high. So tell us again what's wrong with America? Yeah, exactly. Get it right with Atlanta's only conservative voice, XTRA 106.3 and the XTRA app.
Hey, just a reminder, if you're going on a summer vacation or going to be gone for a while, or you have a convention or sales meeting coming up and need to keep stuff safe and secure, how about Atlanta Safe House? They have your solution. Atlanta Safe House can rent you a safe. So if you need one temporarily, whatever, and of course you ought to get one for good. But, the fact of the matter is they take care of business. And these guys are honest to me. Jeff and Mark, as the whole family thing, been doing this for decades. They protect your stuff as much as they protect your rights. Nobody's getting your master reset code. And by the way, if you want to change that and you have a safe, they can change it for you. They can fix a broken safe. And they have a supply. They have a showroom in Acworth on Industrial Boulevard. They've got almost 200 of them, I think, right there, right now. And they have nooks and crannies. They can build a different safe inside. Big ones and little ones and teeny ones. They can build you a storm shelter for the whole family. It's true. Top brands, Browning, American Security, Fort Knox. And don't forget, you don't pay the sales tax on any gun safe at Atlanta Safe House. Protecting your stuff, they can build you a vault door, jewelry safes and business safes and pistol safes, and they've got them all. There's always some, by the way, it's rebates and sales, all kinds of stuff. Check it out, atlantasafehouse.com.
Hey, this is Matt from East Cobb. We basically bought our house from our in-laws. It was my wife's childhood home. One of the issues that we've had when we first moved in was our dog in our backyard. It was extremely shaded, could never grow grass back there. We resodded it twice. So ATL Turf Co. did an amazing job with our backyard transformation. They basically created a miniature golf hole. We have a miniature fairway. We also have a miniature little putting green. Consists of about 4 holes, total about 40 yards, so you can definitely work on your short game and your putting. After that transformation that ATL Turf Co. did for us, my father-in-law came and saw his house the way it looked after the fact of we had a putting green and a miniature golf course. Sure enough, he did the same thing with ATL Turf Co. He has a beautiful backyard, wonderful stonework, drainage, and a beautiful practice area for chipping and putting. Check him out online at atlturfco.com.
Compact outside, the all-electric EQB 250 Plus SUV is big on space, style, and smart ideas. With available seating for 7 and MB navigation with electric intelligence, the EQB is born from a forward-thinking family and built for yours. Get an exceptional offer on the all-electric 2025 EQB 250 Plus SUV. Just $359 per month for 36 months with $49.53 due at signing, exclusively from RBM of Atlanta in Sandy Springs. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details on this vehicle and many other models during the Mercedes-Benz Dream Days sales event. Visit today to see how to qualify. Special lease rate available only to qualified customers exclusively from Mercedes-Benz Financial Service through RBM of Atlanta, Sandy Springs through June 30th, 2025. Excludes tax, tag, title, and Georgia lemon law fees. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details on this and other exciting offers. Visit us at rbmofatlanta.com or call us at 770-390-0700 for details.
You're great at protecting your personal information. You might even use things like two-factor authentication and strong passwords. But as much as you try to control how your info's protected, there are other places that also have it, and they may not be as careful. That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed, or your money back. Save 40% your first year with my name Clay as the promo code at lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
You know, a lot of times you have to choose between something high quality or something that saves you money. But what if you could get both? Why not? Especially when it comes to health care, and that is MediShare. You get both. Many families save $500 a month with MediShare, and that's huge, but it's also true that people wind up way more satisfied, too. We know this from research of members. There's a lot they like about MediShare, but especially they love being part of something they believe in. And MediShare works, too. It has for more than 30 years. There are hundreds of thousands of members who love having telehealth if they need it. They love the huge PPO network. So yeah, really, you could save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or you're part of the gig economy or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price in 2 minutes. Here's the number. Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
Stream Clay Travis and Buck Sexton, Glenn Beck, Fox News, and even NASCAR on Sundays. Anywhere on the Extra 106.3 app. Download the app now and get 24/7 access to the live stream, the latest news, and everything you need to know about Atlanta's only conservative talk station. Download the Extra 106.3 app for Apple or Android and check out even more great original content at thepodcastpark.com.
Now we got a Hall of Famer in the building. More about that coming up. We're going to be gone for a while. We have a convention or sales meeting coming up. We need to... excuse me. Hello. Hello. One time checking. 1, 2. No, that's all good.
Whoops.
Yikes.
2 places at one time.
I was just talking about the Hall of Fame. Obviously, it's not us. But seriously.
For the 45th.
I just talked about the Hall of Fame and it would come out with,
consecutive year did not make the cut.
Let's see, I came here in 1972, so that's for 53 years. Not made the cut of it. Anyway, I will get to that in a second.
Not greasing the right wheel.
2009, 60-year-old Billy Joel and his third wife, 27-year-old Katie Lee, announced they're splitting up after 5 years together. Joel's 9-year union with model Christy Brinkley ended in 1994. His 9-year marriage to Elizabeth Weber, for whom he wrote Just the Way You Are, ended in 1982. It's believed that Billy had a prenup, so he kept his millions. Of course, Christy Brinkley probably might have had more than he. Anyway, I don't know. What a shame. I mean, he's got wife number 4 now, I guess, so... Anyway... There we go. Our birthday list includes Bobby Farrelly, 67, one half of the fabulous Farrelly brothers. The comedy geniuses behind There's Something About Mary, Kingpin, Dumb and Dumber, Shallow Hall, The Three Stooges, Dumb and Dumber 2,
Shallow Hal.
What did I say? Hall.
We watched a little bit that Saturday night.
Yeah.
Shallow Hal.
Yeah. I don't think I think I may have seen a piece of that.
It's funny.
Is that, what's that guy from
Actually, Jason Alexander's really funny in that.
Yeah.
Is that
Jack Black and Gwyneth Paltrow, right?
Yes.
Oh, and he only cares about their size, so she became fat to see if he still liked her or something?
He's been hypnotized that he can't see that she's overweight.
That's what it was. Something
He's shallow.
Like yeah. And I've heard good things about it. I don't know why I've for some reason, I've never seen it. Anyway, that was birthday. And on this day in history... This was a big one, 1775, a loss and a victory at the same time. British General Thomas Gage lands his troops on the Charlestown Peninsula overlooking Boston, Massachusetts, and leads them against Breed's Hill, a fortified American position just below Bunker Hill. This day, 1775. American Colonel William Prescott told his men, "Don't one of you fire until you see the whites of their eyes." When the Redcoats, that's where that came from. When the Redcoats were within 40 yards, the Americans let loose with a lethal barrage of musket fire, throw the British into retreat. Gage attacked again with the same result. Prescott's men were now low on ammo, and Gage led his men up the hill for the third time. They reached the redoubts, engaged the Americans hand-to-hand combat. The Americans had to retreat. But by the end of the engagement, the Patriots' gunfire, this is 1775 with muskets, they cut down 1,000 British troops, including 92 of their officers. The British entered the Battle of Bunker Hill overconfident. Had they merely guarded Charlestown, they could have isolated the Patriots with little loss of life. Instead, General Gage chose to try to wipe out the Yankees by marching 2,400 men into a frontal assault on the Patriots' well-defended position. The British would never make that same mistake again. And by the way, even though the Patriots lost that battle, it was a huge morale builder, convincing the Patriots that their dedication could overcome superior British military might. What a story. Can you imagine? I mean, think of the, just muskets and bayonets and up the hill. I mean, holy moly. Wow.
It helps when you're defending your homeland, though.
Yeah, I mean, they came to your house. They came to your house. And I'm hoping that we do the same thing today. I don't know.
I know certain parts of this state would.
Yeah. Very quickly, because we got some fun entertainment coming. Should we do this now, and then we'll salute our Hall of Fame?
The entertainment.
Let's do this, then we'll come back. We got a lot of things happening. Flounder, are you ready? And Lord Brian, does he know anything about this?
He's going to.
This is going to be a treat, man. This is going to send him over the top to get in the front. All right, here we go. Sorry. And now, another edition of Not the Kimmers Rainy Day Bad Text Theater Playhouse, where we, by golly, try to bring a sunshine bit of entertainment into your otherwise miserable lives. Today's episode, what would you do if your wife drank liquor? What's that in the road ahead? And now the scene. A neighborhood watering hole. Two middle-aged men sit at the bar, nursing their lukewarm beers. One turns to the other and says,
I took my wife to the Caribbean last month.
Jamaica?
No, she wanted to go.
And scene!
me.
Oh, you've done it again. Pete Davis. Oh, God. No, please, bowing. The YouTube applause. The YouTube applause meter's going nuts. It's like a 9.9 or so. Holy crap. Oh, this is, boy, talk about right to the point and pow, boom. You've done it again. You can feel the love. You can just feel the love. It's what we do. By golly, the opportunity to bring just a ray of happiness into your miserable little lives. Another broadcast experience. The Kimmers, not the Rainy Day Bad Text Theater, not the Kimmers Playhouse. With Pete Davis and crew, and a tribute to Lord Brian for the first time here on 106.3. Bingo, bango, bongo.
A friend of mine asked me a few weeks ago, why does he insult his audience like that?
Hey, screw you. Oh, sorry. You mean like that?
You miserable little people.
You little bastard.
Your little lives.
You crummy little... Well, see, it used to be a little different, and I can't stop my, snottiness. All right, seriously, we got some great news just a few minutes ago.
Congratulations.
Our own David Dickey has now been elected or not, voted into what's the official name of the damn thing?
Georgia Radio Hall of Fame.
Well, it's I think it's called the Friends of Georgia Radio Hall of Fame.
Georgia Radio Hall of Fame.
It's a different title. But again, it's the Georgia Radio Hall of Fame. David Dickey's in there.
Yes.
And congratulations. About time. God, he only been running the business around here for like 40 years. In fact, David Dickey is the guy who hired me out of retirement to go back to work.
That's right. That's right.
He was the one who hired me to come back to work, and I said, I'll do it, and depending on, I've got to have certain people there, and that's when we started the whole team back again. I said, we got to have Pete, I want Flounder, and we put the thing back together, did the podcast, used to call in the station, and he's the one who originally hired me 20 years, what was it, 2000... No, what was it?
2013 we came back.
2013, yeah.
It was him,
12 years ago. He hired me out of retirement. Yes, sir.
And there's a few really cool names with him. Scott Howard does Bulldog games. Let's see. Mike Loing,
former engineer years ago. He retired several years ago.
And he's good for flying. He would fly. He was a pilot. He would fly around people to hospitals and stuff.
Really? I did not know that.
Yeah, or was it dogs or people? I forget what it was.
Probably both.
Flew around.
Huh,
and cool. The guy down the hall, a really nice guy, Bert Weiss.
Bert Weiss.
Hey, Bert.
Hey, Bert.
Hey, Ernie.
Hey, Bert. Hey, Bert. Tell who Bert Weiss is for those who haven't listened to
Bert
radio
Weiss, the Bert Show, man.
Yeah. But he's huge.
You know what? Always friendly.
Syndicated.
One of the 3 friendly people that we worked with at the Centrum building that you would actually acknowledge you in the hallway.
Yeah. And in fact, it's I feel kind of personal here because when I got screwed by a car company who stabbed me in the back for something I never did, they took away my car contract and gave it to Bert. So it was we all kind of go in
like
together.
a big circle?
It's like a circle of happiness.
Back around
it comes
to
back
screw
around
you.
To screw me and help somebody else. And that's, so that, really, I appreciate the stabbing me in the back and costing me the fact I had lost a car.
But at least a good man like Bert.
A good man like Bert got the Hall of Fame nomination and my car. So that was, frankly, I couldn't be more thrilled, to be honest with you. 347, as you can tell.
But in my eyes, you're twice the man.
Well, now, by the way, how did Lord Brian react to our Ready Day Not the Kimmers Bad Text Theater Playhouse?
He was weeping.
I could tell.
It was out of enjoyment or pain.
That's why they keep it dark in there. But seriously. Anyway, 347. Look out. Here we go.
Genesis song.
We got so much. We haven't even started anything. My God.
We're at war.
Neil Bortz is only live on XTRA 106.3, bringing you daily commentary on the biggest topics of the day. Catch him throughout the day or hear his latest on the XTRA 106.3 app.
Advisory services offered through Master Plan Retirement Consultants, Inc., a registered investment advisory in the state of Georgia. Insurance, tax, and commodity services offered through Fricks & Associates, Inc., DBA Master Plan Retirement Consultants. The aforementioned are affiliated companies.
Retirement means different things to different people. Some folks want to travel the world. Some folks want to spend more time with grandkids. For me, I'm looking forward to spending more time with my guitar. Whether extravagant and robust or simple and cozy, every retirement needs a plan. You wouldn't take a trip without directions. You have to know where you are before you know where you're going. Master Plan Retirement Consultants have helped many like you plan for their own retirement. Not only does Master Plan help you create the roadmap, they join you on the journey. So whether you want to travel the world, become a pickleball champ, or just looking for a good porch, a sturdy rocking chair, and an acoustic guitar, remember to plan well because the destination is worth it. Visit masterplanretire.com to schedule your complimentary consultation today.
At Jim Ellis Buick GMC, power, performance, and savings come standard, especially now. For a limited time, qualified buyers can save up to $12,250 off MSRP on the bold new 2025 GMC Sierra 1500 Elevation. With over 50 elevations in stock, there's no better place to find your next truck. Built to turn heads and built to work, the Sierra Elevation features a rugged design, elevated stance, advanced tech, and the capability to tow, haul, and conquer your day. And at Jim Ellis Buick GMC, you get a transparent, no-nonsense buying experience from the dealership that Lama has trusted for decades.
Start your search at JimEllisBuickGMC.com or shop in person in Chamblee off Peachtree Boulevard, inside the perimeter, or in Buford off Highway 20 near 985. Jim Ellis, Buick GMC, we are professional grade.
Offer applies to select 2025 GMC Sierra 1500 elevation models. Example stock number GS4427, MSRP $68,034 after $9,750 in Jim Ellis discount. Sale price is only $58,284. $2,500 trade assistance available with 2011 or newer trade-in. Offer excludes TABT and state fees. Expires June 30th, 2025.
Gentlemen, listen up. When it's not hard, it's really hard. Did you know that 50% of men over 50 have some form of ED? It's true, and I'm one of them. ED followed me everywhere. Heck, even my initials are ED. I'm Dr. Eric Deal from Total Body Therapy of Georgia, and I know ED. It can lead to feelings of embarrassment, stress, and sadness. But there's good news. I can fix it. I fixed mine, and I can fix yours too. At Total Body Therapy of Georgia, we are experts in the P-shot, testosterone replacement, regenerative therapy, Trimix, create an erection, and more. Guys, ED won't get better on its own, but I can help you today. Call us at 404-777-1911. That's 404-777-1911, or learn about us more online at tbtofga.com. So take it from me, ED, Dr. Eric Deal at Total Body Therapy of Georgia. Call 404-777-1911 or online at tbtofga.com.
Oops, there we go. Now we got a lot of breaking stuff coming in here too, including some fun protest news. But first, it's the Traveling Wilburys. 2007, the Traveling Wilburys went to number 1 on the British chart with Collection. The lineup in 2007 was George Harrison was Nelson Wilbury, Jeff Lynne was Otis Wilbury, Roy Orbison, Lefty Wilbury, Tom Petty, Charlie T. Wilbury Jr., and Bob Dylan was Lucky Wilbury. The Traveling Wilburys in 2009. Oh, I'm sorry, 2007.
There's a photo of all five of them standing there, and starting on the right, they died in order.
Oh, my.
So there's
really?
only 2 left.
Oh, wow.
Dylan and Lynn are the only ones still left.
Really? Wow. Jeff Lynne, Otis Wilbury. I'll be damned. Pretty cool. Birthday list includes, here we go. Joe Piscopo, 74. And it says here, still the biggest cautionary tale for actors who are thinking about prematurely leaving Saturday Night Live for film careers.
Yeah.
I remember when Joe Piscopo suddenly became a weightlifter. God, remember, he was nothing but one giant muscle. I mean, he really looked like he was, he's just fanatic about it.
And you know what? He was funny, but he just
I liked some of his characters, but he was kind of... it was just his look wasn't welcoming.
Very Jersey,
he had
which a lot of people didn't like for some reason. I thought he was funny. He did a good Sinatra before Phil Hartman did one.
Yeah. I thought he was talented, but again, he was sort of a different guy. In history, hold on a second. I got a history thing here for you. I remember this very clearly. Stupid Mr. Phone there. If you could open up for that, thank you so much. On this day in 1963. The United States Supreme Court rules that school-sponsored Bible reading in public schools is unconstitutional. This was in 63. School prayer had been banned a year before. One of the plaintiffs was William J. Murray. He claimed his refusal to participate in Bible readings at the public school resulted in bullying that was condoned by school administrators. In an ironic twist, 17 years later, in 1980, this guy Murray converted to Christianity and eventually became a Baptist minister. You know who his mother was? Madeline Murray O'Hare. She went on to found the Organization of American Atheists, and Madeleine Murray O'Hair was murdered by a former employee of American Atheists.
That's a shame.
Jesus, what a freaking story. I mean, God, my Lord.
Don't you hate it when things work out like that?
Heartbreaker. 354. Kimber Pete Flounder. Let's do this for Arnold Schwarzenegger's in the news.
What do you got? 2 tweets. One, David.
Oh, yeah.
Listening to you to try and keep Kimmer in line is hilarious.
That's never going to happen.
And Matt Von Swole, 60 people facing charges after an ICE raid on an illegal cockfighting exhibition in Blount County, Alabama. Of the 60, only 5 were legal U.S. citizens.
Again, every single day, more things are happening like this. And again, how surprising is that?
Coming here and breaking the law flagrantly.
They thought, well, because they can get away. They think they can do whatever they want. We're in America now. I mean, it's unbelievable. In fact, even now, Arnold Schwarzenegger lately has been quoted saying horrible things about Donald Trump and people like you and me who voted for him. But Arnold Schwarzenegger may be trying to get a little bit more mellow, and he was on The View this morning, and they didn't like it a bit. Arnold Schwarzenegger said, now former governor of California, weightlifting champ, all that stuff, actor. Arnold Schwarzenegger says immigrants in America need to treat the country as I'll be back. Treat the country as if they're house guests and do everything they can to keep things clean. Flounder, if you would, Arnold Schwarzenegger on The View today.
But the key thing also is at the same time that we got to do things legal. That is the important thing, you know. So you got to do things legal. And those people that are doing illegal things in America and that are foreigners, they are not smart. Because when you come to America, you're a guest. And you have to behave like a guest. Like when I go to someone's house and I'm a guest, then I will do everything I can to keep things clean and to make my bed and to do everything that is the right thing to do rather than committing a crime or being abusive or something like that. So that doesn't really work in this country. So I think the important thing is when you become an immigrant to think about, okay, I go to America because I want to use America for the great opportunities that America has in education, in jobs, creating a family, all of those kind of things. Then you have to think about, okay, if I get all of those things from America, then I have to give something back. You have a responsibility as an immigrant to give back to America and to pay back to America and to go and do something for your community for no money whatsoever. Give something back to after-school programs.
Yeah, but they tried to stop him. Those girls on The View, Joy and Happy and Whoopi and Sunny, they've been the snottiest, nastiest women you've ever seen, and they tried to stop him. They couldn't believe that he was actually saying stuff. Now, a couple things. Pete Davis, tell about the video in Florida of the protest.
Somebody attacked a van, and he swerved sideways and slung the guy in the parking lot. The idiot came back for a second try, and he hit him, and he knocked him skidding across that parking lot a good 30 yards.
Great video. It's unbelievable. And again, this is Florida. The governor warned him, if you try to stop a car, the car can run you down. And he did. He turned sideways and slung the guy out 30 feet. You can see him in the video rolling and tumbling. And then the guy got back up and ran over him in the hood. At the hood of the car.
As opposed to California, where the woman got run over and then the cops went after the woman.
Yeah, this was unbelievable. Chaotic. No king protest in Los Angeles. They were put. One fat chick put her hands on the hood of a car. The lady went slowly forward. The car rolls slowly. The protester doesn't move. Makes an attempt to shove the vehicle back. So the driver gets a green light and speeds up and knocks a demonstrator on her big fat ass. Rolls over her leg. Freaking hysterical. Unfortunately, the police are looking for her to charge her with a hit and run. Yeah, what a difference.
Supposed to stay?
What a difference. In Florida, the guy deliberately tried to stop the car and he got run over. Congratulations. In California, woman got knocked over and tried to stop a car, and they're going to charge her with a hit and run. They even put a police helicopter in the air to try to find her.
If she had stopped, the crowd would have drug her out and beaten her to death.
Yeah, they would have killed her.
Think of Reginald Denny during the LA riots.
The truck driver, got hit in the head with a concrete block, and then the black guy who did the protesting, he did the old bippity boppity step, where he's celebrating like some freaking cakewalk celebration or something. Unbelievable. 358. Oh, we got so much more, too, about, lefties getting pounded, including that Padilla guy. And Terry Moran has just showed that he's an idiot. First of all, Flounder, I got another funny in there, I think, Bob. I should for us. Like here.
Somebody sent me an article about a family that went to Disneyland, and the mom, it's a true story, sued Disneyland because the son got hugged too tightly by Pluto. What? Remember when our parents would drop us off at an amusement park at 8 a.m. and say, I'll meet you here at dark. Give you $5 and a ham sandwich. Dude, I got hugged too tightly by a guy that didn't even work there. He looked like Shrek, but I don't think he was a part of the...
Actually, at a carnival ride, I took my daughter Sarah when she was about 5, took the kids, both of them, and the guy at the carnival ride kind of started rubbing her a little bit when he got her in the seat, and I said, whoa. I immediately said, no, you don't get to touch my child. I think he was just being, I don't know. But I didn't want to take the chance. I jumped right there. Anyway, got to be a daddy. It's coming up at 4 o'clock. So the girls are still listening, are they? The mountain girls?
They quit listening.
Thank God.
An hour ago.
Now I can tell that whole son. Look, 4 o'clock.
I really
I'm a pet rock. I'm a pet rock.
I bet you.
I'm a rock and roll baby.
WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. This hour is presented by Atlanta Safe House.
The missiles haven't stopped. Lisa Brady, Fox News. Iran still targeting Israel with retaliatory strikes, though not as many missiles as Israeli jets continue airstrikes.
The IDF tonight says they have destroyed 40% of the Iranian ballistic missile launchers, but throughout the day and night, we continue to see these types of strikes targeting Israeli population centers.
Fox's Trey Yingst in Tel Aviv. President Trump just wrapping up a meeting with his national security team after sending a message earlier.
In a series of Truth Social posts, President Trump calls for the unconditional surrender of Iran and says the U.S. knows, quote, exactly where the so-called supreme leader is hiding. He is an easy target, but is safe there. We are not going to take him out, kill, at least not for now. This after President Trump returned from the G7 summit early to address the conflict.
Fox's Ryan Schmelz at the White House. A curfew lifted in L.A. a week after the mayor imposed it during riots over immigration raids. But a court fight continues over the president's decision to federalize the National Guard without the governor's consent.
We cannot and will not stand by while this administration attempts to militarize our city.
California Senator Alex Padilla was forcibly removed from a Homeland Security briefing in L.A. last week. The president has criticized California officials as too slow to respond to the riots. Immigration raids will resume at hotels and restaurants.
President Trump said the enforcement actions will continue, reversing his weekend decision to suspend the raids, citing then the farmers and hospitality business concerns over losing workers they found almost impossible to replace. In his reversal, President Trump again blamed former President Biden for illegal immigration numbers, saying he sees the inner cities as the biggest problem.
Fox's Gernal Scott. Stocks finished lower, the Dow down 299 at the bell. America is listening to Fox News.
U.S. Army Major Scott Smiley paid a high price serving our nation. Scott was leading his platoon in Iraq when a blast sent shrapnel through his eyes, leaving him blind and temporarily paralyzed. Scott would become the first blind active-duty military officer before medically retiring years later. Thanks to friends like you, the Tunnel to Towers Foundation gave Scott and his family a mortgage-free, specially adapted smart home. Show your support for America's heroes now. Donate $11 a month to Tunnel to Towers at t2t.org.
Quiet down. Here she comes. Surprise! Your accountant just emailed to say your quarterly taxes are way higher than you were expecting.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting discounts with a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Also, your favorite employee is leaving. They're going to pursue their dream of being a veterinarian.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
Kimmer, Pete Flounder, and Lord Brian back there with Ozzy Osbourne. 1997, on this day, fans got in a riot at the Oz Fest in Columbus, Ohio. Apparently, Ozzy Osbourne could not perform because he had throat problems. So the angry fans broke windows, uprooted all the trees, turned over parked cars. Hey, man couldn't sing, you know. The Osbournes. Anyway, a little something here. I got my thing there with a thing here. Our birthday list includes Barry Manilow, 82 years old. Copacabana, Mandy, I Write the Songs, how many hits?
Copa.
And, of course, the McDonald's theme. You know, and I remember the first time I saw when they had the little commercial with all the little boys and girls, the teachers leading all the little boys and girls to McDonald's in the rain with their little yellow rubber boots. And it was a Barry Manilow song. It was really cool, pretty cool. Let's see. On this day in history, I didn't know this story until I read this early this morning. Mumtaz Mahal, the beloved wife of Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan, dies during childbirth on this day in 1631. Her passing inspired the creation of the Taj Mahal, the breathtaking monument of eternal love that still awes the world centuries later, since 1631, for his beloved wife. I had no idea. Let's see. Back to the news. Got lots of newsy stuff, including some funny protest kind of stuff. But first, remember the guy Alex Padilla, that California slime bag and country hater, who forced himself into Homeland Security boss Kristi Noem's news conference in Los Angeles last week. He's a big bully and slamming in there, started screaming and yelling, and of course the agents wrestled him to the ground, handcuffed him, took him away. Well, now Padilla has made an appearance before the floor of the United States Senate today. And in his lengthy remarks, this little pansy chicken-livered fairy choked up as he described being taken to the ground and handcuffed as Padilla, Flounders Padilla.
You've seen the video. I was pushed. And pulled and struggled to maintain my balance.
Your balance.
I was forced to the ground.
The ground, my God.
First on my knees.
Oh, God.
And then flat on my chest. And as I was handcuffed,
oh God, are these new handcuffs? They're so tight.
Down a hallway, repeatedly asking, "Why am I being detained?"
Well, because you're a bully and an anarchist.
Sorry. Did they tell me why?
Oh, they didn't tell you why. They told you eventually. In fact, you should have been beaten severely. You should have had your neck crushed. They should have hit you so hard in the head with a nightstick that you never forgot it. I mean, seriously, what the hell? After all that's going on in the world, attacks and stuff, and he barges in and starts rushing toward Kristi Noem, they should have shot him.
And a week later, he's still crying over it?
Bullywhacking.
That's why they can't get real men to vote for them. They're all puppies.
A bunch of fairies.
No, I wouldn't.
They're a bunch of sissies.
Sissies. I'd say that.
Well, a fairy is not a fairy is like a Tinkerbell fairy. Fairy's a little dancer like Tim Walsh, who uses both hands to wave.
Cruise missile.
Yeah, oh, hello. Now, again, you don't have a cruise missile necessarily, but, sorry. Everything all right in there?
Yeah.
You got a couple of babes in there? You got a couple of babes in there? Did Lord Brian bring one of those other girl interns in there or something? Get distracting and flounder. I don't know what's going on, but I hope you're all right. Anyway, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. And I love this story, too. There's a candidate for mayor in New York named Brad Lander. In fact, the New York Post headline, Breaking Brad. He was a city comptroller and mayoral candidate, Brad Lander, showed up at a federal immigration court. And he apparently was demanding to see a judicial warrant for a guy being hauled away by immigration agents. ICE agents were there arresting a guy, taking him away. And so this guy, city comptroller of New York and a candidate for mayor, Brad Lander, grabbed the illegal immigrant guy by the shoulder and kept clutching onto him, trying to stop the federal agents from taking him away. He refused to let go. A voice could be heard saying, "All right, take him now, take him." And so they cuffed him. You don't have to be an authority to arrest. He said, "You don't have the authority to arrest you as citizens," he said in protest. He was arrested on an obstruction of governmental administration charge. escorting a defendant out of immigration court, and Brad Lander was taken by masked agents and detained by ICE, his spokesman said. We're monitoring the situation closely. Oh, screw you. In fact, there's a great picture, a couple of pictures of him being hauled off, and he looks like he's going to throw up. I mean, he's just totally manhandled, and it's about time. I mean, the guy's trying to interrupt the ICE agents arresting a guy and hauling him away. And this civilian who's a mayoral candidate and a city official of New York trying to stop them physically. Again, he should have been nightsticked in the side of the head. You can't, I mean, this is outrageous.
Well, they've gotten away with it for so long.
Yeah.
They think they're still untouchable.
They can do whatever they want. I mean, think about it. The nerve of these people, the Democrats are always turn to violence, and they are doing everything they can to disrupt the lawful
rule of law.
Yeah, I mean, agents doing their job.
You don't like the law? Change the law. It's on the books.
How could you be supporting illegals who are being caught? And I mean, it's unbelievable. Seriously,
they hate America. They hate us.
And by the way, here's another way you can stand up. We talked earlier about it. In Florida, a guy ran over a guy when his car bumped him off the hood and got him, which is fine. In Florida, it's okay. And in California, a lady ran over a fat protester's leg, and now they're looking for her to charge her with hit and run. That's the differences in American states these days. And even in Egypt, anti-Jew haters, anti-Israeli Jew hater activists clashed with authorities in Egypt and the local community, saying, we're not taking this crap off of you people, we warned you. The Jew haters tried to march to the border of the Gaza Strip, and this disorderly rabble of protesters didn't get very far. These idiot demonstrators were part of a sit-in at a checkpoint about 130 miles from the Rafah border, crossing into Palestine. They fought with both cops, and the local townspeople in Egypt started showing up to beat the crap out of them. All these Jew haters wearing their kafika fukufayas, the checkered calling card hat things, clashing with fed-up Egyptian locals who could be seen beating them with clubs and throwing water bottles at them. The Egyptians could be seen pulling the activists off the road as they tried to stage a sit-in, and the Egyptians saying, we're not taking this crap off of you people. We're using force against participants, and some being detained, harassed, physically harmed, and deported. Hundreds of so-called peaceful international Jew haters remain in limbo as negotiations continue with Egypt, who want nothing to do with these people. They throw a tantrum in the streets, and Egyptian authorities brought their convoy to a shuddering halt. One predictable comedian said, the would-be white saviors reacted with indignity when the uppity brown locals violently resisted their march. Then they resorted to anger and vitriol as they chanted blank Egypt on buses taking them to their waiting planes. Did they not understand? Wow. Egypt is just not going to let them march into Gaza. I mean, who doesn't know stuff like this? And this was just after Greta, the Nazi Thunberg and her 12 activists got turned away trying to get into Gaza on a boat. I mean, the selfie
Did you hear the
cruise.
story? The story? They said, we can detain you or put you on a plane to go back.
Yeah.
She's the only one that said, I want to go on the plane. The rest of them stayed there, to their credit, and were detained.
Yeah.
She got on the plane. And by the way, she's the only kidnapping person in the world where the kidnappers, all they wanted, their demand was, you need to leave.
Yeah, get out. Yeah.
that was the kidnappers' demand.
Yeah, just go away.
Leave.
We'll be fine if you just go ahead and go away. I mean, seriously.
They play with words. They called it a kidnapping, and they wanted her to leave.
Coming up, do we have time to play Terry Moran bit here at Flounder? This is incredible. The idiot Terry Moran, the ABC so-called journalist, he's not a journalist, he was a TV star.
Propaganda.
And he was making, I think, 19 or 16 million a year.
What?
And
journalists shouldn't get 16 million a year for telling the truth.
Yeah. Anyway, former ABC news guy, a so-called news guy, and he said, so he's now got his own program, and he's got he's on Lapscape, or what the hell they call that? I can't remember that. Anyways, he's doing a podcast or whatever. So Terry Moran, the guy who was saying that the Trump people are so filled with hate, they can't, that's all they can do. Well, he got fired for that, and now Terry Moran has come out publicly. My friends, please listen to what this man who was telling what he thought was the truth, the important truth to the American people for years and years, and now he has outed himself as a dirty freaking phony who is trying to slant the news because he thinks you should know what he wants you to know. Terry Moran on a reporter's job. Flounder?
My own feeling is you don't sacrifice your citizenship as journalism, and your job is not to be objective. What? There is no Mount Olympus of objectivity where a Mandarin class of wise people have no feelings about what their society. We're all in this together. What you have to be is fair and accurate. And I would refer to the interview with the president that I did or a lot of my work. And I would also say that this, while very hot, is an observation, a description that is accurate and true.
Of course it is, because you said it.
But you don't have to be objective. They said everybody has opinions, and you're, as an American, you have a right to an opinion, and therefore he can do that as a reporter.
Or he says a journalist. He's a journalist first, an American second, even though America gives him the right to be a journalist and the freedoms to do that.
I mean, again, I'm telling you, this is not the way it was meant to be. This is not what it was. And my master's degree is in political communication. But way aside from that, there is no way that I would ever have been hired by anybody in the news business, especially in the newspaper business back in the day, that just never, you have to go on the opinion page. They never would allow this kind of stuff.
That's
ever.
right.
The grizzled old news editors, they would have hit you in the face if you came in with a story like that.
All those men in World War II, the Cronkites, the Severides, Andy Rooney's, all of them were Americans first and journalists second. And somehow in the 60s it changed. We're journalists. We owe ours to journalism.
TV.
No, you don't.
TV.
Especially when you're not objective.
Yeah.
The first thing of journalism is objectivity. You learn to get away from yellow journalism. We are right back into yellow journalism again.
That's right. And I think TV started it because they became stars, and all of a sudden the qualifications to be delivering the news changed dramatically.
We're global citizens.
Yeah.
No, you're not. The globe doesn't give you the right to do that.
This isn't global TV. Anyway, and it shouldn't matter anyway. Anyway, well, you just heard the guy. You don't have to be objective because you don't lose your rights to be.
Yeah, you can have your
biased.
Opinion, but you don't use that in the story because you're there to find the truth.
I'm telling you, they've lost. I mean, you just heard it.
They're not teaching it in the broadcast schools anymore. In journalism schools, objectivity.
Lord Brian, I'm sorry. If you get into the news or even the sports business, I'm telling you,
sports is opinion.
Yeah, but that is different.
A little different,
but still. Anyway, a learning lesson. 4:15 already. Tim and Pete Flounder and Lord Brian right here. Okay.
Time for the Bortz Report, brought to you by Southern Exteriors, the Southeast premier home exterior solution. Quality and precision you can rely on for over 20 years. Visit southernexteriors.co.
I think I'll just chum the waters here for a couple of minutes. If you don't know what that means, look it up. CHUM. And you already know how to spell the waters. Some people gave me a hard time about my comment yesterday. They said, check your facts. The Party for Socialism and Liberation didn't make those signs the protesters are carrying. Hey, lady, I didn't say they made those signs. I said they provided them. And they did. Listen. Oh, and observe. Observe the difference between the way Israel is attacking Iran and Iran is attacking Israel. It'll tell you a lot about the difference between Jews and Muslims. Israel is attacking military installations in Iran. Iran is attacking civilian areas and housing in Israel. I hope you keep up with the Babylon Bee on the internet. They posted an advertisement the other day. It shows a Muslim in his Muslim outfit saying, "We're hiring. Iran is hiring nuclear scientists. Do you know how to build big bombs? You may be fit for our team. We have experienced several sudden openings in the last 48 hours. Check out these exciting new job openings in Iran." And on a local level, the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, all aglow over Juneteenth. That's fine. No problem with that holiday. But when you wear a shirt that says 4th of July and has it crossed out,
in favor of the 19th of June, well, then we have a problem. Is Juneteenth really going to be turned into an anti-U.S. celebration? Hope not, but the AJC is pushing that narrative. Okay, water's chummed. Here come the Sharks. Neil Bortz, XTRA 106.3.
The next big storm isn't a matter of if, it's when. Is your home ready? Southern Exteriors offers free inspections and dependable storm damage repairs with in-house warranties and honest service. Right now, get 10% off any job or 12 months, 0% financing. Hey, it's Tug, and I've met the team at Southern Exteriors. They do things the right way. Call 877-9-SOUTHERN or visit southernexteriors.co. It's 877-9-SOUTHERN or southernexteriors.co.
Yeah, sure is planting season, hot and steamy, and occasional showers. And that means if you're putting in a lawn or a yard or a back pool area, something, Stovall & Company is your wholesale landscape supplier. And these guys, Paul and the boys, have been doing this for 75 years. They have 11 locations, latest one in Canton. And again, I can't tell, they have plants and shrubs and trees and sod and seed and flowers and boulders and rocks and irrigation systems. And again, if you need something and they don't have it, they'll tell you where to get it, even if it means they've lost a sale. You'll love these guys. True Semperfi American, folks. StovallInc.com.
Hey, this is Tom from The Honest Car Guy. We help you buy your next pre-owned car or truck honestly. We guarantee each vehicle we sell will come with a copy of the bill of sale, showing what we paid for it. You pay what we pay, plus an honest fee. Guaranteed. Honesty is the best policy, and we guarantee it. Finally, a pre-owned car and truck buying process that you can trust.
Get an honest car buy from the Honest Car Guy. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME-1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
You upgrade your phone, you upgrade your wardrobe, even your lawn. So why not upgrade the part of your home that actually protects your family? Southern Exteriors specializes in roofing, siding, gutters, windows, and they're making it easier than ever before with 10% off any job or 12 months of 0% financing. Hey, it's Tug, and I know the folks at Southern Exteriors. They show up, they do it right, and they stand behind their work. Call them today, 877-9-SOUTHERN, or visit southernexteriors.co.
Quiet down, here she comes. Shh. Surprise! Your accountant just emailed to say your quarterly taxes are way higher than you were expecting.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting discounts with a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Also, your favorite employee is leaving. They're going to pursue their dream of being a veterinarian.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
Hey, Georgia neighbors, it's time to expect more from your Medicare Advantage. Discover Sonder Health's custom plans tailored just for Georgians. Saunders offers unique benefits, including special plans for those living with chronic conditions. Some plans even come with grocery or gas benefits to support your overall well-being. Sonder Health makes it easy to get the coverage you need. See for yourself what today's Medicare Advantage can do for you. Visit SonderHealthPlans.com, a healthier state of life. Sonder Health Plans is an HMO and PPO with Medicare contracts. Enrollment in Sonder Health Plans depends on contract renewal.
I don't like that new. People just looking. There's a new Chevy Corvette Z1 something.
ZR1X.
And it's the new one, and it's got, 1,200 horsepower? 1250 horsepower.
Oh, Lord. A wing on the back to keep it I got a wing on the back to keep it on the ground.
So do I. I don't have the wing like you do, but you have a spoiler on the back. But again, this is, and again, I don't really like that vent. It's the wrong design. If it were a little more subtle and into the side reset into it, I love side scoops, but that one to me is it looks like we just added it as an afterthought.
The only recall on my car was because of the scoops.
Oh, really?
Guess what? Because in Germany, they still smoke a lot. And they were flicking this lit cigarette.
When it goes into
and it was sucking right up the scoop.
Oh, my God. Out the window?
Setting the engine on fire.
Oh, my God.
And they had to put a mesh in there.
Oh, Lordy. Oh, that's funny. All right. Give her Pete Flounder and Lord Brian back there. Hold everything. I'm sorry, Flounder. I talked over the whole damn thing of Motley Crue there, sir. There you go, girls. 1987, a Florida real estate agent named Victoria Holman sued Motley Crue and their concert promoter because she lost her hearing from a concert in 1985. She and her daughter had front row seats about 8 feet from the speakers. You know, by the way, I can imagine what that must have been like. I mean, you know, you think you're getting great front row seats, but if you're by the speaker, it'd be horrible the whole time. It'd be brutal. Well, she sued, and they gave her $30,000. Which, you know, is a little something just to shut her up, I guess. But still, I mean, holy cow. I mean, that'd be brutal. I hold everything. Phone calls take priority. It's Mika. Mika, hey, baby, it's Happy Tuesday. Welcome aboard. What you got?
Well, I put dad's jokes in my husband's lunch every day. And I gave him one, and he gave me one.
Okay.
One is a little outdated, but it's still funny.
Okay.
I know there are a lot, but name one reason why Kamala Harris lost the election.
Well, because she's horrible?
Because she lacked conviction.
Lacked conviction. Conviction lawyer joke of former proud. Okay, good. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
The second one is more current. Why don't they have Walmart buildings in Iran?
Why don't they have Walmarts in Iran? Golly, probably because I don't know. I have no.
Because every building is a Target.
A Target, ladies and gentlemen. A Target.
That's a good one.
There we go. Mika. Well, now, all right, hold on a second. Lord Brian and Flounder, what do we have in our Kimmer Prize closet for Mika here? Oh, wait a second. Hold on. We don't have a Kimmer Prize closet. I'm going to start bringing in my junk. I swear to God, I'm going to start bringing in the junk from my house. I got clocks. I got picture frames. I've got, just anybody want it, you can, I got to get rid of it somehow. Anyway, thank you, Mika. That was very clever. And it sounds like you and your husband have a terrific, puts a note in his thing. That's wonderful.
I've got one for Mika and her husband.
Oh, okay.
Fact of the day, Mika. Yeah. If a bear is wearing shoes and socks, he will still have bare feet.
Bare feet, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, my God.
Oh, Lord. We'll put that one in his lunchbox. Thanks, sweetie. Yeah. That will be tomorrow for hubby. Oh, my goodness. Our birthday list today includes, and again, I'm kicking myself for this. I did this early, like 5:45 this morning. I'm finishing on the birthdays, and I saw the name Peter Lupus. Peter Lupus is 93. Peter Lupus, of course, was the what's his name? The big guy, strong guy in Mission Impossible, the original TV show. Willie something. Willie. He was the Peter Lupus. He's 93 years old. He was Willie the Strong Man.
Lomax? Not Loman, because that's the salesman.
Something like I can't remember the last name, but he was Willie. Peter Lupus, 93. And I had him on my show in person back in the 90s here in Atlanta. And after the end of the show, he was gracious enough to pose with me for a picture on my phone of him feeling my muscles. I mean, it's just a night. And again, it was a weird thing. When I had him on the show.
Which muscle?
Oh, well, my arm. Just feeling my arm was the thing. But I had him on the show because he was in town to promote some sort of a sipping straw vitamin drink. And it was like you need a shot of vitamins, and you would just whip this out and suck a few sips out of the vitamins. Something or other. It was the silliest thing I ever saw promoting this stupid product. But he was great about it, talked about the show, and it was just a wonderful guy, wonderful guest. And I have a picture, and I forgot to post it. I was going to, of him feeling my muscle in the studio thing. So maybe I'll do that tonight if I think about it. Anyway, Peter Lupus, 93. It was a fun time. We've this business. You run into people that, I'm
friends with Starbuck now.
There you are, the guy with the band, the marimba guy, because of a link in
Bruce
Facebook.
Blackman, the guy with the white cap.
Yeah. Let's see, 427 already. Holy cow! Kimber, Pete, Flounder, and Lord Brian, and this was a big day. And I see how interesting this is as we look back now on this day in 1943. President FDR had a Secretary of War named Henry Stimson. He called Missouri Senator Harry Truman before he was elected. This is 1943. He called Harry Truman and said, "Stop asking about our defense plan in Pasco, Washington, sir." World War II in full swing. Truman was chairing a Senate committee on war profiteering committed by American defense companies. He stumbled upon a suspicious plant in the state of Washington and asked, "What the hell are you doing?" He wanted them to testify in front of his committee. Unbeknownst to Truman, this particular plant was secretly connected with a program to develop an atomic bomb.
Was it Hanford?
The Manhattan Project. When Stimson, one of a handful of people, knew about the highly classified Manhattan Project, he heard about Truman's line of questioning, immediately acted to prevent the Missouri senator from blowing the biggest military secret in American history. Truman got the phone call who said, it's a very important secret development. He didn't explain anything else. Truman is a veteran and a patriot, and he said, I think I'm treading on dangerous ground here. So Truman assured the Secretary of Defense, quote, you won't have to say another word to me. Whenever you say that something is highly secret to me, that's all I need to hear. If the plant is for us, again, this is 1943 and World War II. If the plant is for a specific purpose and you think it's all right, that's all I need to know. Stimson replied the purpose was not only secret, but unique. And our secret development of the atomic bomb began in 1939. Truman was the fourth-term after Roosevelt's fourth-term presidency in 44, was still a tightly controlled secret, and Roosevelt did not even inform Truman that it was still there. It was only after Roosevelt died that Stimson told Harry Truman they had the Manhattan Project. The night Truman was sworn in as Roosevelt's successor, he noted in his diary that Stimson told him the United States was perfecting an explosive great enough to destroy the whole world. The project Leslie Groves in charge gave Truman a full briefing. The president was faced with the decision whether or not to use it. And, of course, we ended the war with it. But, again, what a time that was and for how much things were different back then. And he's just trying to investigate corruption.
And he was a real Democrat that was a patriot.
Right.
Remember that?
Yeah, that's what they all were.
Not anymore.
I mean, think about it. This current Democrat behavior is not anything familiar to anything except socialism and hatred.
Yeah, they're
division.
not Democrats anymore. They're socialists at best and communists at worst.
Unbelievable. Let's see. Coming up, a Bible study group that's guilty of human trafficking of children. That's coming up there in a shortly. Also, Jimmy Swaggart. I've sinned against you, my Lord. Yeah, well, time's running out there, buddy boy.
He may be time to ask him.
Maybe running for the old light in the tunnel or something. I don't know, coming up here. Anyway, that's standing by 4:30. Kimber, Pete, and Flounder, and Lord Brian in the back there. Look out.
The Morning Extra, Neil Boyce, and The Kimmer Show are all online for you anytime at thepodcastpark.com. Plus all of Extra's exclusive podcasts like Ben Burnett, Janelle King, and so much more. All at thepodcastpark.com. Presented by Associated Credit Union.
The warm air, the beautiful weather, and the sounds of baseball. It's got you thinking about hitting the road. And no matter where your adventures take you, Subaru of Gwinnett has a vehicle to get you there safely and in style. Like the 2025 Subaru Outback, which will take you as far as you want to explore with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive plus up to 32 miles per gallon. And if you're up for adventure, it'll get you off the beaten path with up to 9.5 inches of ground clearance. More than the Honda CR-V or Toyota RAV4 or the 2025 Subaru Forester, the SUV for all you love. It's the right-sized SUV for all the adventures ahead with a spacious and comfortable interior for everyone you want to bring along. And no matter where adventure takes you, it starts on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth with the amazing staff at Subaru of Gwinnett. They'll help you find the Subaru that you'll love and be there every step of the way for everything you need. Start your shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com.
Hey, this is John Flading from ATL Turfco. We're a family-owned and operated independent local company here in the Atlanta area. We've been in business for over 15 years. We install several different types of artificial grass. One is landscape, which looks like real grass for your lawn. The next one is pet turf. Pet turf is a little bit shorter than landscape, and it's more durable. And the other one is putting greens. If you can dream it, we can build it. Just go to atlturfco.com to schedule an appointment. appointment.
Hey, it's a Kimmer. Okay, you're driving along. Suddenly you hear that horrible sound of metal and crunching. It's an accident. Even if it's a little minor fender bender, man, that could be a nightmare. First, obviously, take care of yourself. But before you make a deal with an insurance company or anybody else, call David Van Sant with Van Sant Law. You know why? Because he used to work for the insurance company, so he knows how to get the right settlement and right away. Van Sant Law. Don't forget, if you don't get paid, they don't get paid. Protecting your interests. Insurance is great, but it's complicated. 855-GA-INJURY or vansantlaw.com.
Hi, I'm Chris Lalamia, owner of the Trusted Toolbox. Are home repairs piling up? Are you feeling overwhelmed? Relax. We've got you covered. From drywall dings and leaky faucets to deck repairs and trim replacement, we're your one-stop shop for everything for your home needs. No more juggling multiple contractors. Just call us at the Trusted Toolbox and we'll handle it. Your home deserves the best, and we don't want you breaking your back trying. Call the Trusted Toolbox today at 770-623-3097 or visit us at thetrustedtoolbox.com. The Trusted Toolbox, your one-stop shop for home repairs and more.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Howard Brothers. At Howard Brothers, they don't just sell outdoor power equipment. They live it. From zero-turn mowers to chainsaws, trimmers, blowers, and everything in between, they've got the tools to tackle any job. Howard Brothers carries trusted brands like Echo, Steel, Exmark, and more, and back them with expert advice, service, and support. So whether you're a pro landscaper or a proud homeowner, Howard Brothers is your go-to spot for your outdoor needs. Howard Brothers, serving your communities since 1955.
Crime continues to go up. Violence is happening in our communities, which means we all need something to protect ourselves with and something that we can have with us at all times. Well, Byrna wants you to conceal carry everywhere you go, and that's why they've made the new compact launcher. Touted as the world's smallest, less lethal pistol launcher. Same size as a smartphone, but with the firepower that you need to stop an attacker in their tracks without dealing with any of the mental and financial repercussions of using an actual gun. Equipped with tear gas and kinetic ammunition designed to incapacitate an attacker for up to 40 minutes. The compact launcher is perfect for women who want protection but don't want to carry a firearm. And if you're traveling this summer, Byrna is legal in all 50 states. No permits, no paperwork, nothing. Byrna requires no background checks and can be shipped directly to your door. And Byrna is trusted by hundreds of police departments and government agencies worldwide. So visit Byrna.com, Byrna.com, or try before you buy by finding a Byrna dealer partner near you. That's Byrna.com.
XTRA 106.3 personalities aren't afraid to tell it like it is.
Without Donald Trump, nothing that's going on would be happening right now. Donald Trump is changing the world.
And you'll never hear us spew that violent rhetoric from the left. So don't be afraid to tell it like it is. Because we're happy to have you as part of the XTRA community.
I particularly like Donald Trump's actions in getting illegal aliens the hell out of this country.
XTRA 106.3 and the XTRA app.
And I done. Sir Elton. Kimmer Pete, Flounder, and Lord Brian back there. On this day, 1977, a guy named Jimmy Helms pulled out of a gig. A place called Shoreditch College. 1977. So the members of the local social committee decided to call upon a famous local resident, Sir Elton John. In 1977, he lived up the road, and they said, we got a problem. The guy didn't show up, so we wonder if you could show up and perform for us. He said, sure. They said, how much? He said, 2 bottles of wine. And he did it for 2 bottles of wine.
Good for him.
That is good for him. Let's see. A birthday list includes Newt Gingrich, former Speaker of the House. Golly, Kimmer. Newt Gingrich is 82.
Mr. NAFTA.
Yeah.
Thank you, Newt.
Yeah, Mr. Don't Convict what's that? Clinton of don't convict.
But work with
Clinton.
them by giving away all our jobs.
Yeah, please. We really appreciate that. Anyway,
Great job there, Newt.
By the way, in my early morning perusal of Googling to find out history things, did you know that there was a major feud between Houdini and Sherlock Holmes? Have you ever heard anything like that? You may have, because you're a literary guy. Don't spoil it. I'm just. Have you heard it or not? Have you heard it?
I've never heard that.
Well, you're lying now. I know you're lying.
No, I'll tell you why when you finish your story.
Okay. Well, it's sort of a link. It's kind of I'll explain it right here. Here we go.
I know.
Hold on. You got it.
Yeah.
Okay. But this is pretty cool. I mean, this was one of the fun. I tell you, I've hated history my whole life. I was the only class in college that I did 4 years of college in 2 years, and the only class where I got a D was history. I think it was a C- or something. Everything I got is total A average. But I hated it. I just, and now I can't. I love looking up stuff that just I didn't know. It was kind of interesting and weird. On this day in 1922, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's wife performs a seance for Harry Houdini, in which she says Harry Houdini's dead mother sends him a message. But Houdini, she was doing a seance for Harry Houdini. Houdini says, no, that's not true. My mother never would have used English, and that's what the message came through in English, a language she barely spoke and never used with her son. So Harry Houdini says, that's a crock, you're lying. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, the creator of Sherlock Holmes, was a believer in mysticism, fairies, and psychic power. Houdini famously made it a life mission to call a bunch of that crap, to debunk all those beliefs by Arthur Conan Doyle. Doyle and Houdini had been close friends for years, but after the seance, it created a rift between the two that even included threats of lawsuits as Harry Houdini went on to debunk every chance he could of Arthur Conan Doyle's favorite mediums.
And the reason Doyle believed in it, his son died. I think it was his only son in World War I, and it crushed him. So he was trying to communicate, trying to prove there was life beyond death. And he spent his whole life looking into that, the supernatural. Meanwhile, Houdini, who beloved his mother, so when they brought the mother into it, what a mistake that was. He actually, his wife held a seance for him every Halloween night because he said, if I come back, I'll talk to you on a Halloween night. And she did it for years, and he never showed up.
Anyway, but again, I thought that was just pretty weird. Can repeat Flounder, Lord Brian, 439. And again, I've got to get this. I can't even look at my own YouTube. Bortz was mentioning that the girl on this morning, Anita Firecracker, or whatever, with the morning gig, filling in for the smart one. And although she's even smart, she's a wonderful guest. She's a wonderful, wonderful broadcasting treat. I mean, she's just really a great addition when she fills in. Anyway, he said he loved.
Her name is Angela Morabito.
Angela. I call her Anita. Angela Firecracker. Yeah. And Bortz has said that he loves girls in glasses, which is why I wanted to look on YouTube to see. I've never seen her, met her, or talked to her, or anything like that. And I kind of laughed to myself because I love girls with glasses because when they take them off, I look a lot better. So, I don't know. Sorry, just a little thing there. Let's see. Kimber Pete Flounder and Lord Brian. Jimmy Swaggart has been and apparently still is America's longest running TV evangelist, and he's in critical condition. Jimmy Swaggart is 90. He's in the hospital. He suffered a cardiac arrest, and his son and daughter and family say only a miracle can extend their father's life. Well, he's 90 and had a heart attack. I mean, maybe it's.
Are they counting the period where he got caught with a hooer? And he was kind of off the air?
Yeah.
Are they counting that he had to start over again?
He preached the gospel on TV longer than anybody else in history. Louisiana ministry started in 1955. He had the center in Baton Rouge, the founder of Jimmy Swaggart Ministries. In the 80s, he was a top-rated preacher, 2 million households, 87 scandal involving the hooker he met in a seedy New Orleans motel, Airline Highway, if I remember correctly. And then he never actually apologized, but he did say, I have sinned against you, my Lord. Remember the sin speech. And that was in 87. A couple years later, he was stopped by police in California driving with a hooker in his car. So he hadn't really learned his lesson apparently too well. His worship service, he said he would kill any gay man who looked at him romantically, and then said, oh, I'm only kidding. I really didn't mean that. So anyway, Jimmy Swaggart's dying. He's 90 years old. He had a heart attack. My God.
His cousin is?
Oh, his cousin is... Oh, I always do
Not
this.
me.
No, not you. It's his cousin is The piano, Jamie Lee Lewis. No.
Jerry Lee Lewis.
Jerry Lee Lewis. There you go. Some piano man.
Jamie Lee was his twin brother.
Twin brother. I don't remember.
Great balls of fire.
Oh, my God. Anyway, Kimber Pete Flounder and Lord Brian in the back there. 4:42 already. Holy cow. Let's see. Oh, this was a bizarre story, and I think they forgot to really nail the lead on this one. Here's the headline. Cops remove 88 children from a Bible study camp in Iowa as part of a human trafficking investigation. The youngsters in protective custody, the Shinkana Glory Camp, run by the Kingdom Ministry of Rehab and Recreation. The Iowa people say the kids are in temporary foster care till they can be reunited with guardians or parents. This group that runs the ministry said they take care of adults and children under the influence of drugs, alcohol, or nicotine. We take care of the kids. We provide food. The kids we separate from the adults. We separate the boys and girls. We care for them. We provide for them. One guy says, one kid didn't want to go. A kid from Texas, a teenager said, I'm not going there. I don't want to go there. And the guy says, we never hurt that kid. We loved him. We bought him $400 shoes and clothes and everything. Christian teenagers from all over the nation attend the camp. When the children aren't studying the Bible, they claim to be playing volleyball and soccer and outdoor activities. The church is run by two pastors from Burma, members of an ethnic minority. They've settled thousands of refugees from Myanmar, which used to be Burma, or vice versa. One of the largest Burmese populations in the Midwest is in Iowa, and they work for a bunch of the Tyson food companies, the meat packing plant places where they have translators on the premises for the people who speak Burma. Used to be Myanmar. One of the countries added to the list of countries banned for entry. But again, it doesn't actually say we round up these kids to have them work in the packing plants or something, but it said they're part of human trafficking, but it doesn't, I don't know what this means. They bring them all, the Burmese people, and so they're sneaking them in to, oh my God. Again, don't do any of it. I mean, it's just all wrong. It's all wrong. And again, the open freaking borders. There's no way that any country in the world just says anybody can come in and then we'll figure things out later. I mean, except us.
The only time liberals love American exceptionalism is when it screws America.
Yeah. It changes everything. I can't believe this. Anyway. We got so many things. The 4 states where most psychopaths live. Well, there's a fun.
Are we part of it?
Fun thing to talk about.
What are the 4 states?
Also, the most dangerous beaches in America coming up if you want to go on vacation. And the people in the world are getting tired of tourists. They've shut down the Louvre, and also in Barcelona, they're bringing the residents are told to bring squirt guns to squirt any tourist to make their lives miserable. They don't want tourists in Barcelona anymore. And in Portugal, I mean, it's all over the place. Coming up.
I know the feeling.
Well, they're saying they're taking over. The rents are going up. They can't afford to live in their own countries anymore. They talk about the mountains of Macon, baby. Here we go. Look what happened in Denver, Colorado. Yeah. The rents went banana when they legalized dope.
Banana?
Wow, they got Kaluna. Anyway, it's 4:45. I'm still thinking about the girls. Still waiting for a text or no, never going to have.
Morning Extra from 6 to 10. Glenn Beck until noon. Clay and Buck from noon to 3. And the Kimmer Show on your ride home from 3 to 6. Plus Jesse Kelly from 6 to 9. And Jimmy Vela from 9 to midnight. The voices you need all day with the conservative voice of Atlanta. Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
When it comes to finding the perfect Chevrolet, why settle for anything less than the best? At Jim Ellis Chevrolet, you'll find the largest selection of new and used Chevys in Georgia. From the legendary Silverado to the family-friendly Equinox, Tahoe, and Suburban, and performance icons like the Corvette, you'll find exactly what you need. And at Jim Ellis Chevrolet, they make buying a vehicle hassle-free. No high-pressure sales, just a transparent, customer-first approach to help you find the perfect Chevy. Their finance experts work with you to secure the best terms because buying a car should be exciting, not stressful. But the Jim Ellis commitment doesn't stop when you drive off the lot. Their factory-trained technicians are here to keep your Chevy running at its best with expert service and maintenance.
Shop in person on Peachtree Boulevard or online at JimEllisChevrolet.com and experience the difference.
Jim Ellis Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Jim Ellis, expect the best.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for True Prep. True Prep, Atlanta's preparedness superstore, is not only the go-to location for security and preparedness, it's also the hotspot for incredible savings. Visit True Prep's new deals page to discover hot sales and clearance items on firearms, prepping gear, and more. Then, check out the used and consignment page for top quality guns and gear at unbeatable prices. Both pages update automatically throughout the day as new products are added. So check back often to snag the best offers. Check them out now at trueprep.com. That's TRUprep.com.
Hey, Atlanta's Mark from the Safe House. I have a question for you. Am I the only person pissed off with the mainstream fake news, liberal judges,
and whiny liberal politicians
who don't realize why Donald Trump is president, and fake safes? And you may wonder, why fake safes? Well, a fake safe is like Joe Biden, cheap and ineffective. A real safe from Atlanta Safe House is like Donald Trump, tough, effective, and provides peace of mind when you need it the most. So drop by Atlanta Safe House and check out the largest selection of safes in the Southeast and see what a real safe looks like. So go to AtlantaSafeHouse.com.
I enjoy a good night's sleep, and I like to breathe while I'm sleeping. My wife appreciates that, too. That's why I wear a CPAP. You want the right machine. You want expert advice. You want all the supplies that go with it. You get it all at CPAPs, etc. in Alpharetta. Machines, masks, tubing, filters, cleaning supplies, all of it, and they ship nationwide. Walk-ins, by the way, are welcome. CPAPs, etc. Alpharetta, CPAPsETC.com.
Are you the type of consumer that likes to do your research before you choose a company? Well, then you need to join Dan Watkins, Chris Lolamy, and myself, Jim Niarchos, every Saturday morning at 9 for the All Four Seasons Home Show. We only vet local businesses with a proven history of integrity, competence, and solid customer service. The All Four Seasons Home Show helps you make a good consumer decision, save money, and not get ripped off. You can also follow our podcasts on Apple, Google, and Spotify. The All Four Seasons Home Show, Saturday mornings at 9, right here on XTRA 106.3.
A golf instructor who knows technique can improve an aspiring pro's swing. But one who really cares can help transform a career.
There he is, your new champion.
When you team up with someone who knows a lot and cares even more, you're unstoppable. At Truist, we believe the same is true for banking. Truist, leaders in banking, unwavering in care. Truist Bank, member FDIC, leading based on top 10 U.S. commercial bank.
Hey, Blondie, says the truck driver. Got her name for her. 1976, Blondie released the debut single Ex-Offender. It was written by Gary Valentine and Debbie Harry. The title of the song, originally Sex Offender. It was written about an 18-year-old boy being arrested for having sex with his younger girlfriend. Debbie Harry changed the lyrics so the song was about a prostitute being attracted to the police officer who had arrested her. Private Stock, the band's label, insisted the single be changed to Ex-Offender, not Sex Offender, because they were nervous about the title. Blondie. All right, well, there you go. I know. Let's see. Kimber P. Flounder and Lord Brian. Hold on, I think I'm there. To the phones, take a priority. Darren, I believe, got on the phone. Hey, Darren, how's it going, man? What's up?
Hey, I'm great, buddy. How you doing?
Yes, sir.
Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Thank you.
Thank you for all you do.
Thank you, sir.
All right, so I have a question. How come Newscomb gets to try to override the feds and kick them out of California, but Abbott couldn't do that in Texas?
Well, you can't explain Newsom. I mean, think about this. Here's a guy who's trying to pass a law that would prevent police officers from wearing masks when they're trying to arrest people, even if they're federal agents who need to be secret, who need to keep their identities private so they don't get doxxed and arrested and everything else. This guy is out of his mind, and he still thinks he's going to be president. I guarantee you he still thinks he's going to be the Democrat nominee for the election coming up in 3 years, and here we go. He's a nut. I don't have an answer. I mean, he's crazy.
Everything they do is so crooked and half.
Yeah, the thing, the thing that really kills me is that it's all negative. I mean, it's their plan is to keep all these people here because they want to make them citizens to vote Democrat, and they will never lose another election. And they'll do anything to change the nature and the culture of America. There's no other way to look at it. I mean, it's just anti-American. How did they get this way? When did this happen? When did we start noticing all of a sudden what the hell's going on in this country?
Yeah, I don't know. I never really followed politics until Trump came along, and
I think we're all a lot more aware. Thank goodness. And again, your question's a great one. What the hell's going on out there?
I haven't heard anyone say that on the radio or the news or anything, but that blows my mind.
I know. Hey, thanks.
Coming and cutting down the barbed wire and stuff because
Yeah.
Because common sense was working and.
Yeah. Well, keep watching and listening because we need you out there because Lord knows what's going to happen, especially what's going on maybe in Iran right now. Anyway, thank you, Darren. I appreciate it.
You think ignorance of history. Talk about people not knowing history. Yeah. There was a video over the weekend of that No Kings thing rally in Savannah.
Yeah.
Savannah.
Oh, yeah.
There's a young white girl would not take off her mask.
Right.
Okay, so they arrested her. They said, take your mask off. And she wouldn't do it. They were nice and said, we have to arrest you. It's against the law in the state of Georgia to wear a friggin' mask that way. Right. So you have another little white girl on the side, another liberal, stupid white girl, doesn't know history. Like, I can't believe you're arresting her for wearing a mask. This is a protest. You should be able to wear a mask.
No.
I'm thinking, none of them know the reason there's a mask rule is to get rid of the Klan.
Yeah.
Because the Klan walked around anonymous with hoods and masks on, and no one knew who they were. Well, when they had to take the mask off, suddenly everybody knew who they were.
Yeah.
And some people sued their ass.
Yeah.
And guess what? The Klan started to wither and go away. That's why we have that law.
Yep.
And if you're walking around with a mask on, you're hiding who you are. You're up to nefarious bits. It's not the cops' problem. They should have masks. Otherwise, we're Mexico, where the cartels kill the family of the cops.
Yeah.
That's why they wear masks, so you don't have reprisals against the cops' families. But for this little white girl going, I can't believe you do it. It should be against the law. It's a protest.
Idiots.
That's the very reason there's a damn mask.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, it doesn't matter. They don't care. They're stupid. They hate what America
stands for. The schools made
them
stupid. Their parents made them stupid. Their teachers made them stupid.
In fact, we just saw the video from a couple of days ago, and they're still playing again of Randy Weingartner.
Crazy lady.
Oh, my God. She just now left the Democrat Party, but she did a speech where she was flailing. I mean, it looked like she was having St. Vitus dance going on. I mean, it was the damnedest thing I ever saw. And she was a psychopath who's been lying and cheating forever. And I'll bet you she's ruined at least 2 generations of American children.
Yeah, really. She lied about closing the schools. She wanted them kept closed.
Yeah.
When the CDC, their own doctors and scientists said open it up. And the political appointee for Biden said no and ruled against them because the teachers' unions called.
Yeah, that's right. They're the ones. The teachers' unions made the federal government go after the families protesting at the school board meetings.
Yes.
And they said, okay. And the FBI said, oh, yeah, these are domestic terrorists.
Teachers' unions.
Yeah.
Because, God forbid, the parents know what the teachers are warping their children. I'm telling you right now, 90% of the teachers out there should not be in front of a class of kids. They're either too stupid or they got a socialist agenda or a gender agenda or something else that has nothing to do with reading and writing, which is why we went from 100 years ago teaching Greek and Latin in high school to having remedial English classes at Harvard because of the teachers and the Department of Education, things like that.
Yeah. I had to translate Winnie the Pooh into Latin in prep school.
Not anymore.
Please.
They don't even read Winnie the Pooh because it's probably white supremacists.
Damn 4:55. Do we have a little Founders Funny or here? Excellent.
These baby boomers, they don't have the antibodies to deal with the internet. Completely clueless when they go on now. It's like watching baby boomers go on the internet now. It's like watching babies wandering into the kitchen by themselves. Just looking for cookies on the kitchen countertop, just like running their hands blindly on the kitchen countertop, pulling out knives, kitchen knives coming straight down into the eyeball, into like the soft part of the skull. Right? They go in the kitchen, they open the oven, they turn it on, they stick their head inside. They're like, any pictures of my grandkids in here? Is this link safe to click on? just falling for every basic bitch internet scam possible. These fucking baby boomers tumbling into internet scams like pandas rolling down a hill.
Well, there goes the old Hall of Fame induction for Mr. Dickey. Golly.
Rat fart. Another year. We gotta wait.
Surely the good Lord would never. My God. Oh, mercy. By the way, I never did my birthday and history thing, and we never did tweets. We were going to do tweets.
No, we didn't do anything.
We had Darren called in and made a very good point, and so we got, again, this is radio goes
time for tweets if we want to do tweets here.
Let's do a little tweets here, actually. You got it? Here we go.
I got it right here.
All right, 4:57, little Pete's tweets with the Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Yes, sir. Memes and jokes and liners and Pete's tweets. Ba-dum-boom.
People with brothers and sisters have better survival skills. They've had experience in physical combat, psychological warfare, and sensing suspicious activity. There's having fun with your fellow man, and then there's this guy.
Uh-oh.
I'm sitting in a Walmart parking lot watching a woman who cannot remember where she parked.
Yeah.
So every time she holds the remote in the air, I honk my horn.
That's cold.
Most of us grew up with lullabies sung to us by our mamas.
Yeah.
Here's what you would expect to hear if you were a baby born in Iceland in the early 1800s. Sleep, you black-eyed pig, fall into a deep pit full of ghosts. That's what they did. Rob points out that his wife thinks he always drives because she's the passenger princess. But in reality, he just wants to get back home alive. Grayson points out you can say, have a nice day, no problem.
Yeah.
But saying, enjoy the next 24 hours sounds vaguely threatening. Why do people say tuna fish sandwich and nobody says chicken bird sandwich?
Oh, that's a great question.
Yes. And me, I got a paper cut.
Yeah.
The universe. Excellent. I will send you an unusually high number of encounters with citrus fruit.
It stings like a son of a bitch.
Happens.
Yeah, have an orange. No. Ouch. I had a hangnail the other day. Oh, God, I hate those. And it's hard to get, anyway. Oh, Lordy. Well, whatever. I'm falling apart anyhow. So it doesn't really matter. Just one more thing coming off me, I'm a freaking science project. I swear to God.
Frankenstein.
It's really bad. Coming up, parents are now being told that we, of course, I'm so old to be here, are making mistakes which turn our children into depressed individuals. And we should stop, and it's a pretty simple way to stop it, but it takes a look at the common culture of what's happening in America today to give your kids more freedom. They just arrested a Georgian woman, remember, let her kid walk to the store, and the cops arrested her.
Right down the street from me, Mineral Bluff.
That's right.
Yeah.
Anyway, that story's coming up, too. Arrested a mom, and how about letting your kids grow up a little? Anyway, it's all coming up. Plus, Terry Bradshaw, a little problem at the airport, eh, Terry? It's all coming up. Kimmer, Pete, Flounder, latest on Donald Trump and Iran. Truly was in the meeting room there. Look out. Here we go.
The Morning Extra. Glenn Beck, Clay and Buck, and The Kimmer Show on WFOM and W292 EV Marietta on Dickey Broadcasting Station. Extra 106.3.
Israel says the toll is significant. Lisa Brady, Fox News, after a fifth day of airstrikes on Iran, targeting nuclear sites and missile launchers as Iran continues to fire back.
The frequency is increasing, but the capacity of the Iranian regime has been reduced, according to military officials. We spoke with the former defense minister of Israel, Yoav Gallant, who is calling on President Trump to get more directly involved in the war.
Fox's Trey Yingst in Tel Aviv. President Trump has said he's looking for better than a ceasefire with Iran, also suggesting in a post earlier today that targeting Iran's supreme leader could be an option at some point, writing, "We are not going to take him out at least not for now.
Since 1979, they've been trying to come after us in Israel. I'd like to end that endless war.
Republican Senator Lindsey Graham says he believes the Ayatollah would use a nuclear weapon and that Israel needs U.S. help to fully eliminate Iran's nuclear capabilities. But there's both bipartisan support and opposition to possible U.S. military involvement.
The president has shown restraint in the past. The president's instincts are good, and I'm hoping the president will not get involved with the war.
Republican Senator Rand Paul says the U.S. bombing Tehran would end the chance of negotiation. For now, the Pentagon continues to move more U.S. assets to the region. Iranian state media is reporting that what it calls a terrorist team linked to Israel and with explosives has been arrested by Iranian security forces in a town southwest of Tehran. There's no confirmation from Israel. 3 days of deliberations and no verdict yet at the Karen Reed retrial in Massachusetts over the death of her police officer boyfriend. The jury asking several questions today, including whether a hung jury on one count would mean a hung jury on all charges. The judge telling them it's premature to answer that. America is listening to Fox News.
U.S. Army Major Scott Smiley paid a high price serving our nation. Scott was leading his platoon in Iraq when a blast sent shrapnel through his eyes, leaving him blind and temporarily paralyzed. Scott would become the first blind active-duty military officer before medically retiring years later. Thanks to friends like you, the Tunnel to Towers Foundation gave Scott and his family a mortgage-free, specially adapted smart home. Show your support for America's heroes now. Donate $11 a month to Tunnel to Towers at t2t.org.
Quiet down. Here she comes. Shh. Surprise! Your accountant just emailed to say your quarterly taxes are way higher than you were expecting.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting discounts with a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Also, your favorite employee is leaving. They're going to pursue their dream of being a veterinarian.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
Let's get it together, ladies. Let's shoulder, right a blank. Ready on your dog target. Help, road guards out. Look out. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer with Pete Davis and Flounder and Lord Bryan's in the back there with a thing there with I've got the stuff there with and David Dickey into the Georgia Friends of the Radio Hall of Fame. Announcement this afternoon, a great tribute, and it's about time. This man, I mean, actually think about, he's not listening.
Conservative radio.
He's not listening, so I can say this because he won't think I'm sucking up to him.
Out there.
Well, he can't hear anything. He's out in the bullpen. But he literally did try to save conservative radio in America, and certainly in this market. And he did it, and he did it basically alone. I mean, again, this is the most unusual broadcasting experience I've ever had. And I think all of us can say the same thing. This is not the way it used to be, and thank God he's made the effort to bring it to life. I mean, think about it. It really is an amazing, and he's, like the one-man band. I mean, this is not like CBS or, NBC companies, you know what I mean? And what a tribute to the guy who just, dug it out with his bare hands. He made it happen.
And this is one of the nicest places I've ever worked in or outside of radio where, there's a lot of egos in this business, as we all know.
Yeah.
This is one of the egoless places I've ever been.
I mean,
nice.
The people, the office people, today I brought in cookies today. And, and now see the girls.
Well, you buy their love.
So.
We all pay.
I'm a pet rock. I do whatever I can. And people, smile when they see me coming.
Baked goods.
I'll bring them cookies.
We'll just see a big cookie coming.
Even Princess came by to the window and say thank you for her cookies today. I mean, so anyway, but they're sweet, nice people. I mean, they're just anyway. It's a different thing. And congratulations, David Dick. I didn't mean to get off on a thing here. Kimmer Pete Flounder, Lord Bryan's in the back, and our number is 404-741-1230, 741-1230, and we got all the newsy stuff. Donald Trump had a meeting at the the National Security Council Situation Room, which is Big Time Charlie, about Iran, and apparently everything is on the table. And the choice is, well, among other things, and again, we see tweets, we keep hearing postings of various things on social media and X. There was an audio or a video of a guy in Iran stroking and petting a nuclear bomb, which I don't know whether that was AI or if they have a nuclear bomb, then they just outed themselves that they have one, so I can't imagine that. But anyway, people are reacting to stuff, and now we're talking about apparently the only way to destroy the underground nuclear facility in Iran is with a bunker bomb. The only country that has a bunker bomb is America. The only plane that can fly the bunker bomb to its destination is an American plane. Nobody else has one. Therefore, if the decision is made to blow up the Iranian nuclear facility, it's going to have to be done by an American bomb and an American plane. And even if we send it over to Israel for them to fly it, and them to drop it, it still brings America into the war blowing up Iran.
We don't think they have a bomb, but
What
they
if
are
they do?
now putting that thing out, Iranian media, showing them stroking it like it's a cool thing.
Bomb, yeah.
These are the people we're dealing with. If they had one, they would use it.
Yeah.
That's
and they
how,
will use it if they have.
And if they
Get
don't,
one.
they don't have one. I don't think they have one now. I think they're trying to just threaten people to try and bluff. They're bluffing.
Yeah. And again, the things I don't know, I mean, I don't know a lot of things. I don't know most of anything. But the thing that makes me unclear about all this is what would happen if, in fact, again, this would not be a nuclear attack. A bunker bomb buster is a great big bomb. And so if in fact America is involved in letting Israel use the bomb to blow up the Iranian nuclear facility, what happens? Who does anything? It's not a nuclear attack. It's a bomb attack by Israel using American stuff. So is China going to care? Is North Korea going to care? Is Russia going to care? Is Iraq going to care? Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Qatar? I mean, who gives a damn if we eliminate the threat of Iranian bombs?
Well, Russia can't do anything right now. They got out of Syria. They don't have enough troops to cover all this stuff.
But again, what's the danger? I mean, I don't know. I haven't had anybody. What's the answer to that question? If we let Israel blow up the Iranian nuclear facility, what happens?
I don't think we're going to let them have the plane to do it.
I don't think we are either. But my question is, why not?
We would do it first. We wouldn't give it to Israel to do it.
I got a feeling Donald Trump is going to be responsible for ending both Biden wars. I mean, think about that. Think about it.
Well, think about Iran. They've been calling us the Great Satan and threatening to kill us since 1979.
Yeah.
I got no problem taking their leadership out.
Absolutely. Killing the Ayatollah. And Trump says, in fact, the headline says, Trump says, we know where Iran's supreme leader is hiding. He's an easy target, but we will not take him out now. At least not for now. But we don't want missiles shot at civilians or American soldiers. Our patience is wearing thin. Now, overnight, the Iranians bombed civilian neighborhoods in Israel.
Well, they're going for a civilian.
So they just broke your rule.
With the Israelis are trying to get the military. Now, the Israelis did put a Mossad thing in the middle of Tel Aviv, hoping that would deter them, but it doesn't.
Yeah. So, I mean, here, we're right at the thing now. This is something stretching here.
Every Friday, Susan.
Oh, my God.
Every Tuesday, Susan.
Every Tuesday, Friday, Susan. Hey, baby, how's it going? Welcome aboard. What's up?
Hello, gentlemen. Just real quick before I get to the Israel conflict.
Yeah.
Brandy Weingarten, she started in 2008. So she's been at the helm for, 17 years?
Oh, my Lord.
And I would love to know what number we were as far as rated, because, Trump's always talking we're the 40th.
Yeah.
We used to be the 38th, and now that we're the 40th. We had to be in the teens, I think, when she took over. And she still makes $500,000 a year.
Yeah. It's just
wrap your head around that as far as, job performance.
Think about the 17 years of her ruining public education for children.
Ruining and turning them into little commies.
Yeah.
But, I saw a couple of things about Israel and how dare they attack Iran. And I'm thinking, hello, Iran sponsored Hamas Hamas, and Hamas attacked a civilian music festival with 2,000 people.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? That's how this all started. Do people forget that?
Well, you know what even bothers me more every Tuesday, Friday, Susan, is that they forgot the fact that these slaughterers chopped the heads off of babies. These same people who would take a man and wife and put them together wrapped in barbed wire and set them on fire. I mean,
and then rape their daughters in front of them, put their babies in ovens.
Yeah.
And this all started because they attacked literally a music festival. It wasn't an army base. It wasn't the IDF soldiers. It's like, that's how have we forgotten? That's how this all started.
Yeah.
Hello, death to America, death to Israel. Hello.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm kind of surprised that Israel didn't do a lot more when they got raided in October a couple of years ago. I mean, seriously, I mean, I think they've been showing tremendous restraint. Yeah. They should have wiped them off the face of the earth.
You know why? Because Biden was put, don't get me started on that, but that's why.
Yeah.
If Trump was the president back then, we would have never gotten this far.
I know, and they never would have started it.
Iran would be a paradise on the sea with free people.
Yep.
It's what it would be right now.
Yeah, you're right. Susan, always hi to Kelly. Have a great weekend. Hell, I think it's Friday. Sorry. Thanks, man. I love that girl. 5:20. Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. Let's see. A quick story on Terry Bradshaw. I have Holy Crap at Sports coming up next, and you're not doing the story at Sports, so I'll do it here. Terry Bradshaw, he's got a new show now. He's doing a summer tour of the Terry Bradshaw Show across the country this summer. He tells stories and does some singing, and he's a Steelers quarterback, Super Bowl guy, and everything else. So he's at the airport in Springfield, Missouri. 76-year-old Terry Bradshaw gets picked by security for extra searching. So he said, I'm not against being safe, but this is ridiculous. They approved a body pat down. All the luggage was checked and unpacked item by item, and then he had to go into a private room for another pat down screening.
Idiots.
Now, he was cooperative. He even joked with the stuff going by and stuff like that, but seriously, this is ridiculous. And by not because he's a celebrity, but because but still, I mean, 76-year-old.
It diverted their attention from someone who could have been a problem.
I mean, unpacking everything in the
come on, man. That's stupid.
This started with a shoe bomb. Remember I can't remember his name now. I mean, this is just outrageous. And by the way, for the record, Terry Bradshaw, not long ago, earlier this year, in fact, was in Pittsburgh, and the door to the plane, they landed in Pittsburgh, and the door wouldn't open, trapping the passengers for an extended period of time in the plane. And that's when one passenger, Sella Gamble, said Terry Bradshaw unjammed that door. And the pilot said, was laughing and said, "Hey, I really appreciate it. Thanks to the strength of one of our passengers, we were finally able to get the door open." And they all knew they were talking about Terry Bradshaw. He kind of denied it, but still, I like the story that he did the thing to help the people on the plane. Anyway, 5:13. Kimber, Pete, Flounder, Lord Brian, and it's a Holy Crap at Sports is next. We got so much I can't even stand it. Humanity is it.
Connected to Extra 106.3 on all your favorite apps. Then download ours and stream the station across Georgia. We're live online at extra1063.com. Stream live video from the studios on YouTube. And of course, Kimmer, Bortz, and your favorite Extra shows in crystal clear digital on the Extra 106.3 app.
It's hot out. If you lose your cool with the law, it's important to know who to call. Call A Second Chance Bail Bonds, where we believe everyone deserves a second chance. So if you find yourself in trouble after a day of fun, in most cases we can have you or your loved one out in a matter of hours. A Second Chance. It's better to know us and not need us than need us and not know us. Call A Second Chance 24/7 at 404-BAIL-OUT. That's 404-BAIL-OUT. Or online at atlbail.com.
Experience luxury like never before behind the wheel of a brand new Cadillac from Jim Ellis Cadillac.
From the iconic Escalade to the innovative electric Lyric, Jim Ellis Cadillac offers the models you know and love, along with the latest in luxury EVs.
And the buying experience just as luxurious as the Cadillac name itself. With great prices, a great selection, and a team of knowledgeable sales associates, you'll love shopping at their showroom conveniently located on Peachtree Boulevard, just inside the perimeter.
Prefer to shop from home? Visit JimEllisCadillac.com, where you can browse all the latest offers and even start or complete your entire purchase online with the Jim Ellis Expressway.
Want to try before you buy? Schedule an at-home test drive and enjoy the convenience of home vehicle delivery. Luxury is waiting. Experience it today at Jim Ellis Cadillac. Jim Ellis Cadillac, where you can always expect the best.
Jaron Solomon here, and this June, Solomon Brothers Jewelers is celebrating the people who make our world sparkle, you. All month long, we're giving back to the customers, partners, and charities that have helped us grow. We have exciting giveaways, including concert tickets, gift cards, prizes from the Braves and Dogs. And just by stopping in and filling out a wish list, we will give you a $100 credit to spend with us at our Buckhead, Alpharetta, or Sharpsburg locations, and $100 toward helping local heroes and charities like Leukemia Lymphoma Society and Extra Special People. Come visit us, join the celebration, and see how much community means at Solomon Brothers. Head to SolomonBrothers.com and click on the banner to find out more, including the full list of prizes. And thank you for being a part of our community for 40 plus years. Visit Solomon Brothers Jewelers in Buckhead, Alpharetta, or Peachtree City online at SolomonBrothers.com. Solomon Brothers is the preferred jeweler of your Atlanta Braves.
Military veterans are eager to transfer their skills and experiences to civilian life, but lack trusted connections to expedite their path to success. That is, until they meet the Warrior Alliance. The Warrior Alliance goes the extra mile to reach veterans in their communities so they do not have to take this journey alone. With over 40 partners across 10 service areas, your donation goes a long way toward achieving maximum impact for a veteran and their family. Go to thewarrioralliance.org to donate today and commit to helping the Warrior Alliance change thousands of lives for the better.
Gentlemen, listen up. When it's not hard, it's really hard. Did you know that 50% of men over 50 have some form of ED? It's true, and I'm one of them. ED followed me everywhere. Heck, even my initials are ED. I'm Dr. Eric Deal from Total Body Therapy of Georgia, and I know ED. It can lead to feelings of embarrassment, stress, and sadness. But there's good news. I can fix it. I fixed mine, and I can fix yours too. At Total Body Therapy of Georgia, we are experts in the P-shot, testosterone replacement, regenerative therapy, Trimix to create an erection, and more. Guys, ED won't get better on its own, but I can help you today. Call us at 404-777-1911. That's 404-777-1911, or learn about us more online at tbtofga.com. So take it from me, ED, Dr. Eric Deal at Total Body Therapy of Georgia. Call 404-777-1911 or online at tbtofga.com.
Summer is here, and it's time to enjoy your outdoor oasis as a family. Don't know where to begin? At Stovall & Company, we have everything you need to make your landscaping dreams come true. From premium mulch and topsoil to a wide variety of plants, trees, shrubs, and annuals, Stovall has it all. Check us out at StovallInc.com.
They were the tallest couple to ever get married in 1871. Anna Swan was 7 feet 11. Her husband, Martin Bates, was 7 feet 8. You ought to see the picture of them. Holy smokes. And now sponsored by RBM of Atlanta. Holy crap at sports with Pete Davis.
Braves and Mets meet up for the first time this season tonight, the first of 3 games here in Truist Park. So you know what that means.
Yes.
Hide your farm animals and load up on air freshener. Mets fans are about.
Oh, gosh.
The 5-2 David Peterson for the Metropolitans, a lefty, against the 5-4 Spencer Schwellenbach for Atlanta. Eli White batting second, playing left field. Sean Murphy catching. ESPN says the Braves lineup is 14th in Major League Baseball, 14th out of 30 teams behind even the A's.
Oh, my.
Jurickson Profar begins play for Gwinnett tonight. Could be back July 2nd.
Excellent. Had that rehab thing going.
No.
Oh, sorry. That was a drug
Is he
thing?
rehabbing from PEDs?
Oh, that was that. Yeah, it was the other guy just had to rehab.
Yeah,
on his finger or
Stewart.
something. There you go.
Last night, the Dodgers won at home over the Padres 6-3. But the big news: Shohei Ohtani returning to the pitching mound after 2 years. Through the first inning, reached 100 miles an hour on one pitch. Gave up 1 run on a sac fly through 28 pitches. It got the game's first 3 outs. Went 2 for 4 as the DH, striking out twice, but drove in a couple of runs.
Yeah.
No, he was happy. In the fourth inning, L.A. center fielder Andy Pajes thought that San Diego pitcher Dylan Cease hit him on the elbow on purpose. There was a meeting at home plate of the managers and several players. Very nice. No fight ensued.
Really? That's good.
Afterwards, Pajes says the Pods thought he was stealing the catcher's signs when he was on second base earlier in the game.
Oh, please.
So what?
Yeah.
That's his job.
Yeah, that's right.
Why do players get upset when another player does his damn job out
Hide
there?
the signal or change the signal. I mean, come on, you're kidding me here.
It's been part of the game since Abner Doubleday never saw that first game.
Yeah.
Anyway, ever heard of the singer Neza or Niza? Is it Niza? Neza?
I have not.
She was supposed to sing the national anthem at Dodger Stadium last night.
I've heard of her now.
Dodger employer standing there said, sing it in English.
Yeah.
No, she didn't. Did that offend you?
Yeah. Given what's going on now. In fact, remember the Babylon Bee yesterday did a little joke thing saying it's hard to tell whether these 50,000 people are illegal immigrants protesting or a Dodgers game.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. At normal times, it wouldn't have offended me.
Yeah.
You know, she pointed out
different,
FDR said do it back in 1945. I mean, who cares?
Yeah.
But recently, when you have so many Mexicans in America waving the Mexican flag, burning things, stealing things.
Look at the video.
And everything they're saying they're proud of America, but everything they do and say has to do with Mexico.
Yeah.
Screw you.
Yeah.
I don't want you singing the national anthem in Spanish right now.
On
I'm
top
sorry.
of a burning car would have been more appropriate if she'd done it on top of a burning police car.
Or Waymo.
Yeah.
College World Series in Omaha. I don't know who the hell's winning in the games, but as of last night, Rocco's reported that LSU's total for the weekend is now over 17,000 Jell-O shots. Can you imagine Omaha being taken over by all these crazy drunk Cajuns?
Yeah, I can.
The closest fan base to him is tiny Murray State with 7,000. That's 10,000 fewer.
Wow. And again, some of the money goes to charity.
Food banks.
Yes,
bank, very good.
That's good.
Vandy quarterback Diego Pavia says another SEC school offered him nearly $5 million to transfer.
Wow. He said no?
Yeah. Diego says after this season, Vanderbilt will run the state of Tennessee.
Okay.
How about that, Vols
the
fans?
challenge is down. Let's put it on the bulletin board, baby.
Yes. And he said he wanted to play at Jackson State, but then head coach Deion Sanders says, even if you're better than my son Shadur, my son is going to start.
Oh, my.
Wow.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah. NBA Finals, Jalen Williams had 40 points to lead the Thunder to a 120-109 home win over the Pacers and take a 3-2 lead. Indiana's Tyrese Halliburton playing with a sore right calf muscle, so that's probably over. The Falcons signed running back Jeshaun Corbin. Now, the 24-year-old Corbin led all UFL players in rushing yards. I know you're a big UFL fan. You watched all the games this spring.
I watched the Savannah Cowabungas and the Connecticut Dancing Pansy insurance salesman. I mean, all the teams.
How about the San Antonio Brahmas, who Corbin played for?
I missed that last night.
In 10 games, he totaled 97 carries, 514 yards, 4 touchdowns, 18 catches, 108 yards. He was third most all-purpose yards in the league, and he also was a kick returner. Did well in that as too.
Outstanding.
Corbin spent 2 years apiece at Texas A&M and Florida State. And in a corresponding move, the Falcons have released running back Jace McClellan back into the wild. So if you see him,
let's hope that works. Good for him. Good. What a chance! Can you imagine that guy right now today going, "Oh man, I'm playing Major League
no,
big time
he's not.
Charlie." He's not.
He's got Bijan Robinson and Tyler Algier ahead of him.
Yeah, but he's still on the team. He's all of a sudden playing in the NFL.
All right, we'll see.
Anyway,
Stanley Cup playoffs. The Panthers can win their second straight title tonight at home. They're up 3-2 over the Oilers. They won last year 4-3. It's a rematch from last year, these two teams. So, by the way, Panthers play where?
In Ottawa. The Ottawa Panthers. The Florida Panthers. Florida Panthers.
But where in Florida?
I don't know.
Miami.
Or
Fort Lauderdale, somewhere around there.
That superstar for Edmonton is the biggest star in the world. Oh, I had it like 8 minutes ago, and I was going to talk to you about it, and now it's gone. I almost had it again. Oh, crap, I almost had it again.
Connor or something?
Connor McDavid. Connor McDavid, yeah.
Right. What were you going to say about
I was going to say, I saw some highlights where he was bouncing them off the pole, but they wouldn't go in. I mean, he's a lot of bad luck in hockey shots, And anyway, he's had some trouble. And again, his team is losing, and they were supposed to be the superstar folks, I guess, but not anymore.
Where do the Oilers
Florida.
play?
Edmonton.
Very good. Very good, sir.
There you are.
It's time to learn why it's called the Stanley Cup.
All right, sir.
BroBible.com has come up with this. In 1892, Lord Frederick Stanley commissioned the Dominion Hockey Challenge Cup, or
Troika,
that was presented to the Montreal Hockey Club to be the best amateur team in Canada. All right. The Stanley Cup became the trophy handed out to the best team in the NHL back in the 1920s. Even non-hockey people know about the Stanley Cup. It was a trivia question the other night. Hockey players famously avoid touching the cup until they earn the right to have their name etched on the side. All right?
Okay.
And then they take it to parties and gatherings, take a victory lap.
Yeah.
But this is a Kimmer show, so we're focusing on all the weird stuff the Cup has been part of.
As it should be.
The Ottawa Silver Seven had a night out on the town after winning the Cup back in 1905. They were walking on the banks of the Rideau Canal when one of the players tried to kick it to the other side.
Uh-oh.
The effort came up short as the cup came to rest on the canal's frozen surface and remained there until someone remembered to go back the next morning and pick it up. The Montreal Wanderers decided to take some pics with the cup after they won it in 2006. But they forgot to take it with them after wrapping up the session. It was a glorified bowl at the time, just the bowl at the top. They didn't start adding the names until 1912. The team went on to display the trophy a couple months later before realizing, who's got the bowl? They headed back to the studio, and there it was, because that was the last place they had seen it. They got it. They discovered the photographer's mother had been using it to put flowers in it in her garden. Some members of the Canadiens were taking the Stanley Cup to their coach's house after winning it in 1924. They were forced to hop out and push the Model T that stalled while going up a hill. Sprague Cleghorn had been holding the trophy in his lap, got out, put it on the sidewalk, and started pushing the Model T.
Uh-oh.
Got back in, and they drove off. Realized he had left it behind. They drove back, and there it was an hour later.
Oh, my.
The Rangers, imagine driving down the road and look over, there's the Stanley Cup.
Yikes.
However, let's see. The Rangers won the Cup in 1940, cap off a season where they teamed up and paid off the mortgage for Madison Square Garden.
Really?
No. Some higher-ups decided we're going to celebrate. We're going to burn the documents in the bowl.
Oh, cool.
Okay, this is where it gets weird. The cup caught on fire, and people started peeing on the flames to put it out.
Oh, man.
All right. Because of that disrespect, the Rangers would not win the Stanley Cup again until 1994.
Billy the Goat.
Sparking a curse handed out by the angry hockey gods. Most hockey players don't have an immaculate set of teeth thanks to the hazards because it's hockey. Legendary Maurice Rocket Richard, no exception. Mm-hmm. The Canadian star ended up winning the Cup 8 times in an 18-year career in Montreal. Mm-hmm. Managed to chip his 2 front teeth after taking a celebratory glug after his 5th win in 1957. So he chipped it.
After drinking from the Stanley, not playing hockey, but drinking. Wow.
The Rangers are not the only team responsible for a fire-related incident. The Maple Leafs also got in the action after winning in 1962. The team hosted a celebratory bonfire in the wake of the victory, and they mistook the cup for wood, and one player tossed it into the flames. They had to pay for repairs, but they won it 3 more times before kicking off a drought of their own after they won in 1967. They haven't won it since 1967.
Wow,
it's the largest city in Canada, and they haven't won it in 1967. Mainly because Dennis O'Hare has been wearing a Maple Leafs jersey all this time. That's
not
the reason.
good at all. No.
Mario Lemieux had never won the Stanley Cup when he helped the Penguins secure it for the first time in franchise history back in 1991 and decided to see if it floated. Confirmed it did not when it sank to the bottom of his swimming pool at a party at his house. A number of players on the Stars befriended the members of the legendary metal band Pantera before Dallas won in 1999. So they brought the cup with them to a party that drummer Vinnie Paul threw at his home. The trophy was sporting a sizable dent the following morning as Guy Carbonneau had it in his possession on the second-floor balcony. He threw it in the swimming pool below and missed.
Oh, Lord.
Carbonneau was pushed back while claiming he simply dropped it from the balcony, and another teammate failed to catch it.
Oh, well.
And he also says his memory of what transpired was hazy at the time.
I can't imagine.
By the way, the swimming pool of the Pantera drummer was shaped like a Crown Royal bottle.
Oh, well, there you go.
Number of NHL players have harnessed their day with the cup to incorporate it into the baptism of their kids. Oh. Sylvain Lefebvre became the first when he won it the Avalanche in 96. Thomas Holmstrom did the same with the Red Wings in 08, and Jack Johnson did it when Colorado got another one in 22. That's the nice way to have kids interact with the cup.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
But there are also multiple players who put a baby in the bowl of the cup right before nature called.
Oh, yeah.
Red Kelly's son peed in it after the Leafs won it in 64. Chris Draper admitted his newborn daughter pooped in the bowl after Detroit won it in 08.
It's different.
Now think about that next time you see them drinking champagne out of it.
You got to wash it out.
Or sparkling wine. Today in sports history, June 17, 1956, Joe Adcock of the Milwaukee Braves became the only player to ever hit a home run onto the roof at Ebbets Field. Adcock homered 3 times in a doubleheader sweep of Brooklyn, finished his career with 13 homers at Ebbets, the most by any visiting player. 1960, Ted Williams hit the 500th homer of his career to help the Red Sox beat Cleveland. Williams became the 4th player in Major League history to reach 500 homers, joining...
Willie Mays.
No.
Stan Musial.
No.
Mickey Mantle.
No.
Roger Maris. Oh, my God.
No.
500. Hank Aaron.
No. This is 1960.
Roger Maris.
No.
I said that. Wow. I don't know.
Mel Ott of the New York Giants.
I never would have gotten it.
Jimmy Fox, 2 X's.
Yeah, I think he's an old timer.
And some nobody named Babe Ruth.
Oh, I never thought of that. I'll be darned.
1962, Cubs outfitter Lou Brock homered into the right center bleachers at the Polo Grounds, estimated 460 feet away from home plate.
Wow.
He joined a man as the only 2 players to reach that section of seats. Who was the other man?
Mickey Mantle.
Joe Adcock.
Well, I would have missed that one, too. I'll be darned. And a quick sports birthday, Venus Williams, 45. Is she the murderer?
Yes.
Is she she's the killer?
She got off.
Oh, that's right, too. The unconvicted murderer.
Yeah.
Anyway, Kimber Pete, Flounder, Lord Brian, 531. So much more coming up.
Espella, I'm Os.
Barely started. Look out. Here we go. Stand by.
If you love 106.3, then you'll love the all-new XTRA 106.3 app. It's loaded with replays of your favorite shows like The Morning Extra and The Kimmer Show, podcasts from conservative voices across the South, and access to Extra's crystal clear live stream from anywhere in Georgia. Grab it now for Apple or Android.
Home is where the All-Stars are. And this year's All-Star game is right here in Atlanta. Make sure to vote for all your Braves players like Ronald Acuna Jr., Marcell Ozuna, Matt Olson, and the rest of the squad to represent at the 2025 All-Star game. Plus, select the Braves as your favorite team and receive 20% off tickets for a future home game. Head to Braves.com/vote to cast your ballot today and see your favorites play right here in our own backyard. Atlanta Braves baseball. We are Braves country.
There's a tidal wave of clean car happiness sweeping across Braves country. Tidal Wave Auto Spa is your go-to car wash destination for a game day ready ride. Experience Major League Clean at Tidal Wave, the official car wash of the Atlanta Braves. Stay clean car happy all season long with membership discounts, exclusive giveaways, and more. Visit TidalWaveAutoSpa.com/Braves for details.
My car is happy. I am happy. Tidal Wave Auto Spa.
The warm air, the beautiful weather, and the sounds of baseball. It's got you thinking about hitting the road. And no matter where your adventures take you, Subaru of Gwinnett has a vehicle to get you there safely and in style. Like the 2025 Subaru Outback, which will take you as far as you want to explore with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive plus up to 32 miles per gallon. And if you're up for adventure, it'll get you off the beaten path with up to 9.5 inches of ground clearance. More than the Honda CR-V or Toyota RAV4 or the 2025 Subaru Forester, the SUV for all you love. It's the right-sized SUV for all the adventures ahead with a spacious and comfortable interior for everyone you want to bring along. And no matter where adventure takes you, it starts on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth with the amazing staff at Subaru of Gwinnett. They'll help you find the Subaru that you'll love and be there every step of the way for everything you need. Start your shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com.
Hey, this is Matt from East Cobb. We basically bought our house from our in-laws. It was my wife's childhood home. One of the issues that we've had when we first moved in was our dog in our backyard. It was extremely shaded, could never grow grass back there. We resodded it twice. So ATL Turf Co. did an amazing job with our backyard transformation. They basically created a miniature golf hole. We have a miniature fairway. We also have a miniature little putting green. Consists of about 4 holes, total about 40 yards, so you can definitely work on your short game and your putting. After that transformation that ATL Turf Co. did for us, my father-in-law came and saw his house the way it looked after the fact of we had a putting green and a miniature golf course. Sure enough, he did the same thing with ATL Turf Co. He has a beautiful backyard, wonderful stonework, drainage, and a beautiful practice area for chipping and putting. Check him out online at atlturfco.com.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Howard Brothers. At Howard Brothers, they don't just sell outdoor power equipment, they live it. From zero-turn mowers to chainsaws, trimmers, blowers, and everything in between, they've got the tools to tackle any job. Howard Brothers carries trusted brands like Echo, Steel, Exmark, and more, and back them with expert advice, service, and support. So whether you're a pro landscaper or a proud homeowner, Howard Brothers is your go-to spot for your outdoor needs. Howard Brothers, serving your communities since 1955.
Storms, heat, humidity, your home takes a beating down south. Southern Exteriors was built for this. Now they're offering 10% off any job or 12 months, 0% financing. Hey, it's Tug. I know the team at Southern Exteriors personally. They do things the right way. Roofing, siding, windows, gutters, anything to the exterior of your home, they do it all. Call Southern Exteriors today or visit them on the web. It's 877-9-SOUTHERN and southernexteriors.co.
The Morning Extra, starting your day the right way. Weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m.
People are moving out of these communist areas. And so this is their retort to that. This is if you're going to get our new voters and the people that we're counting on for power, if you're going to ship them out, we are going to riot.
That's what it's about.
The census numbers for 2030.
Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station is XTRA 106.3.
It's Elvis, 1955.
It's burning through to my soul.
After a month of booking gigs in big venues in Dallas and Houston, Colonel Tom Parker arranged a meeting with Elvis Presley's manager, Bob Neal, resulting in an agreement that saw the Colonel handle Presley's gigs and career strategy from then on in 1955.
How everything would have been different if that scumball had not been part of his life.
Yeah, some colonel, I mean, as it turned out. Hardly. Anyway, we got a bunch of things here. Hold on. Phone calls take priority. Jenny is on the radio. Hey, Jenny, welcome aboard. What do you think?
Hey, Cameron.
Hey, baby.
Okay, that Padilla.
Yeah.
Idiot. I mean, I've been running my mouth on Twitter about this and to my husband and whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, first of all, like Pete mentioned earlier, we have all these people with Mexican flags and blah, 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 destroying the cities, attacking people, whatever. Mm-hmm. So the Democrats send their token Latino into this meeting, of Homeland Security in plain clothes,
barges in, screaming and yelling, barging in like a terrorist, for crying out. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So now he's crying on TV, about that. Oh God, am I losing my thought? Wait a minute.
No. He was complaining about being manhandled, as though all of a sudden he's some sort of victim or something here.
Yeah. Oh, I know what I was. Well, first of all, I know it's like, well, you know how it is when you lose your.
Yes, I do every day. That's what I'm here for.
Your female equivalent.
I've been sitting here rehearsing this, and I forget.
That's all right.
Anyway, but first of all, everybody seems to forget. Remember Biden's State of the Union when the Gold Star father got walked out of there by the Capitol Police for interrupting Biden and got thrown in jail.
Yeah.
I mean, and these Democrats think they can just oh, how dare they touch us?
Yeah.
I mean, but a Gold Star father, and he was thrown in jail and had to post bond.
Yeah. And this, of course, from the president who was looking at his watch when the dead bodies of those American heroes who were slaughtered because of him came back at the freaking airport and in the caskets, and he's looking at his watch.
Yeah, and this Gold Star father, everybody in that place knew who he was. He had credentials to be there. He was invited.
Yeah.
But this Padillo idiot.
Yeah.
But the other thing I'm going to quickly say, and this may come off whatever.
No, don't. You just do you just say what you want. We're good here. Everything's fine.
Okay. Well, Padilla and like Amy Klobuchar.
Oh gosh.
The Minnesota people. They've been, after this, it's terrible. I mean, it's awful that the woman was killed up there.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden they come out going, how dare they threaten, a public servant, and we feel threatened every day, and this has got to stop. And I'm thinking, we as a woman, I can't even go walk in the park without worrying about being threatened or attacked. So you know what? Cry me a river. I'm sorry.
Hold my beer. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
These Democrats think they're and that's the other thing I've said to people. They think they're king. Isn't that something?
Yeah, they're the kings. I know.
Yeah, they're the king. Yeah. But anyway.
Jenny, have a great day, sweetie. Thank you, man. It's always a pleasure. 5:40 is our time. Kimber Pete Flounder. In fact, we're going to play that soundbite of that Padilla scumbag here in a second. First of all, Flounder's got a news update for us here. We were just talking about Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem. Jenny was just referring to her about the guy barging in. Kristi Noem was just taken by an ambulance to a hospital in Washington. Apparently, she was conscious at the hospital. She talked to her security detail, and that's all we know. Kristi Noem was in an ambulance going to the hospital.
Hope she's all right.
I can't imagine. I hope so. And another update here. Tyler Perry in the news. Tyler Perry facing an accusation of sexual assault from an actor on his TV show The Oval, and one Tyler's camp calls a scam. A guy named Derek Dixon filed a lawsuit against Tyler Perry, claims he and the director met at an event in 2019. Tyler picked him out of the crowd, asked for his phone number, said he might have a role for him. He gave him a small role in 2 episodes of a show called Ruthless, and then Tyler invited him to his home in Atlanta. And according to the suit, Derek drank too much, ended up sleeping in a guest room, and he claims that Tyler got into bed with him and started touching his farkalukas and said he remained, later on, Derek says he got a role in The Oval, great for his career, but he says it was about the time Tyler started firing off sexually suggestive texts, including what his preferences were sexually and telling him that he has sex with men. His character in the movie was written as gay, homeless, and desperate, who had to sleep with other characters in order to get a place to stay. I mean, this is getting pretty creepy.
What's the Oval stand for?
I don't know. I don't want to know. Nature's window? I mean, I don't think I want to really know.
By the way, Iran State Television is saying, quote, "Tonight, a great surprise will shock everyone, one that the world will remember for centuries," end quote.
Tonight?
Yeah, they're known for their hyperbole.
Tonight there now. It's
it's night now.
I've got to be close to midnight.
Yeah, they're known for their hyperbole. So maybe it's empty a threat, or maybe they do have a nuke,
or maybe they're giving up.
So what happens if they nuke Tel Aviv? They're not going to nuke Jerusalem because it's got the mosque. So if they nuke
world
Tel Aviv,
would turn against them.
Half the world hates Jews. Are you kidding me? What do we do? What do we do?
Well, we bomb Iran.
Like what kind of bomb?
Nuclear.
We nuke them?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because we can knock them off the face of the earth without nukes.
Well, then, that would be first. I guess to destroy everything. Again, I mean, just
because
unleash
we
holy
nuke
hell.
them, it fades into Pakistan, and they're pissed off. And
okay. Well, we kill them. We kill them all. Whatever. If we don't have to use a nuke, even better.
Yeah, I think you kill the government. You kill everybody involved in the government. You can't kill Iranian. Because in fact, there's rumors going out that the Iranian military is in contact with the Shah.
Bring back the king, baby.
Long live the king.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have information. I don't know what it means.
Is this the time to play the parody song?
Yeah, absolutely.
I was about to say
what might happen in Iran?
Bum, 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 Iran. Bum, 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 Iran. What country's got a feeling really hit the ceiling? Bum, Iran. Bum, 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 Iran. Went to a mosque, gonna throw some rocks. Tell the Ayatollah, gonna put you in a box. Bum, Iran.
Put you in a box.
What country's got a feeling really hit the ceiling? Bum, Iran. Bum, 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 Iran. Old Uncle Sam's getting pretty hot. Time to turn Iran into a parking lot. Bum, Iran.
Turn Iran into a parking lot.
What country's got a feeling really hit the ceiling? Bum, Iran. Bum, 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 Iran. Call the volunteers, call the bombardiers, call the financiers. Better get their ass in gear. Bum, Iran.
Get their ass in gear.
What country's got a feeling really hit the ceiling? Bum, Iran. Bum, 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 Iran.
There we go, Bomberad action. 6:15, and now headline on Fox: another wave of missiles launched from Iran. Are they attacking neighborhoods again, civilian populations?
Hopefully, it's just
maybe that's what they meant.
Regular missiles, because they've been doing that for days now.
But maybe this is a huge. Well, let's see. They just warned us tonight something you'll never forget for centuries.
Well, maybe
this couldn't be it.
The Shah showing back up.
Oh man. Well, we're going to find out because it's already nighttime. It's in fact, what time is it over there live? What's it say? Like 2 a.m. or something?
Tel Aviv, it's 12:44 a.m.
Yeah.
So and they're further
1 o'clock
east.
in the morning almost. All right, 6:15. Kimmer Pete Flounder and Lord Brian. We got so much more. We're not even done yet. My goodness.
Get the latest breaking news and insight from the biggest conservative voices in the South when you follow XTRA 106.3 across all your social media platforms. Find us on Facebook, X, Instagram, and YouTube at XTRA 106.3.
This is Tom with the Honest Car Guy.
Hey, what's with all this honesty stuff?
We help you buy your next pre-owned car or truck honestly.
How honestly?
We guarantee that each vehicle we sell will come with a bill of sale showing what we paid for the vehicle. You'll pay what we pay, plus an honest fee. Guaranteed.
No gimmicks or tricks?
Nope.
Man, this sounds like a new way to buy a car.
Get an honest car buy from the Honest Car Guy. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME-1 or visit honestcarguy.com.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Now, I know there are plenty of HVAC companies out there, but let me tell you why Central Heating and Air Conditioning stands out from the rest. These days, it's hard to tell who's on first. Everybody wants to play. Many of the local HVAC companies, though, have been sold to large conglomerates. And some are even coming back under new names. But at Central Heating and Air Conditioning, they never left the field. They've been your hometown team since 1947. And their dedication to our community has never wavered. They are the grand slam you can count on. Central's team of experts know the game inside and out, delivering dependable service and personalized solutions every time. So don't get caught off base. Choose the HVAC team that's always been in the game. Get Carrier products, Carrier warranty, and Carrier peace of mind. Turn to your Atlanta Carrier experts. Central Heating and Air Conditioning. Call them today, 770-GET-HEAT, or visit them online at centralheat.com.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
There are nut jobs on the road. Who knows where they learn to drive? If one of them hits you, don't take care of it on your own. Call my friend David Van Sant, 855-GA-INJURY. Van Sant Law, one of Georgia's top-rated personal injury lawyers and car accident firms. Time is of the essence. Don't waste any. The longer you wait to get the right lawyer, the longer it takes to get the compensation you deserve. Call Van Sant Law today. The number is 855-GA-INJURY. VanSantLaw.com.
The 4th of July is more than a celebration. It's a reminder of what freedom really means. It means we have a responsibility to stay prepared, stay strong, and stay independent, no matter what the future brings. That's why My Patriot Supply is running their 4th of July sale with huge savings on emergency food kits, solar power systems, water filtration, and more. From solar generators to long-term food storage that lasts 25 years, every item is made to help Americans take care of their own without waiting on FEMA or the power company. Shop the sale now at mypatriotsupply.com/radio and save big on all things preparedness. My Patriot Supply is American-owned, American-operated, and proud to support the self-reliant spirit that made this country great. Don't wait. Shop mypatriotsupply.com/radio to stock up during the 4th of July sale. That's mypatriotsupply.com/radio, because real freedom starts with being ready.
Crime continues to go up. Violence is happening in our communities, which means we all need something to protect ourselves with and something that we can have with us at all times. Well, Byrna wants you to conceal carry everywhere you go, and that's why they've made the new compact launcher. Touted as the world's smallest, less lethal pistol launcher. Same size as a smartphone, but with the firepower that you need to stop an attacker in their tracks without dealing with any of the mental and financial repercussions of using an actual gun. Equipped with tear gas and kinetic ammunition designed to incapacitate an attacker for up to 40 minutes. The compact launcher is perfect for women who want protection but don't want to carry a firearm. And if you're traveling this summer, Byrna is legal in all 50 states. No permits, no paperwork, nothing. Byrna requires no background checks and can be shipped directly to your door. And Byrna is trusted by hundreds of police departments and government agencies worldwide. So visit Byrna.com, BYRNA.com, or try before you buy by finding a Byrna dealer partner near you. That's Byrna.com.
Hey, Georgia neighbors, it's time to expect more from your Medicare Advantage. Discover Sonder Health's custom plans tailored just for Georgians. Saunders offers unique benefits, including special plans for those living with chronic conditions. Some plans even come with grocery or gas benefits to support your overall well-being. Sonder Health makes it easy to get the coverage you need. See for yourself what today's Medicare Advantage can do for you. Visit SonderHealthPlans.com, a healthier state of life. Sonder Health Plans is an HMO and PPO with Medicare contracts. Enrollment in Sonder Health Plans depends on contract renewal.
1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock.
Ba-boom.
5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, rock. 9, 10, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, rock. We're going to rock around the clock tonight.
Remember when you first heard this song? Well, you're probably not old enough. The Blackboard Jungle with the guy from Combat who got killed by a helicopter blade.
Well, he needed to shampoo his hair.
Yeah.
They found his head and shoulders in the bushes.
It was in the bushes, ladies and gentlemen.
Vic Morrow.
Vic Morrow. That was a great series, Combat.
Yeah, but Twilight Zone is what killed him.
Yeah.
The movie.
Yeah, the movie Twilight Zone. But I used to watch. In fact, when I came back from Vietnam, my first radio job was at KHAT in Phoenix when I was going to Arizona State after the Marines. And one of the guys I worked with, I can't remember his name now. It'll come to me. It doesn't matter. He was actually in an episode playing a soldier in the show Combat, and that was his claim to fame, that he was an actor. You know, I had a show on Combat, and it was like, one of the guys sitting around having, I don't know what he was doing, eating beans out of a cup in the jungle or something.
I was a Rat Patrol kid.
Yeah, I used to
riding
watch
around
Rat
the
Patrol.
desert in a Jeep. That looked pretty cool.
Well, that was Australian or British or what the hell?
No, they were American because Christopher George was the star. Remember him?
Yeah, absolutely.
And they would have had that machine gun in the back of the Jeep.
Of the thing, yeah. Anyway, this is 1954. You're listening to Danny Cedrone, the guitar picker. And he died in a freak accident in 1954, 10 days after he recorded this sound, the lead guitar break on Rock Around the Clock with Bill Haley and the Comets.
Great song.
He was a session player. Cedrone was paid $21 for doing the guitar picking for Rock Around the Clock. At that time, Bill Haley did not hire a full-time guitarist for the group, and Danny Cedrone fell down the stairs and broke his neck. In 1954, 10 days after he recorded this song for $21. Wow, what a story. A quick birthday thing. Jason Patrick is 59 today. Jason Patrick, one of the guys in Sleepers. Man, that was a great movie, but a hard movie.
Also,
Rush, Geronimo, The Alamo, The Losers.
No, what was the little the vampire film with Kiefer Sutherland? Lost Boys. The Lost Boys.
No, Jason Patrick, 59.
He was supposed to be a big star, and he never really caught on.
Yeah, and in fact, in Sleepers, he looked like he was with Brad Pitt. He looked like he should have been part of the pack, and I don't know what happened. Anyway, Jason Patrick, 59. Remember the name? You know the name Jello Biafra?
Oh yeah,
Flounder. Have you ever heard Jello Biafra? Do you know who that is? You ever heard that name?
No.
Jello Biafra was a member of the group called the Dead Kennedys.
Yeah, Dead Kennedys.
Dead Kennedys. Jello Biafra is 67. And just for the kicks, I remember the nation of Biafra is no longer a country.
No.
It was part of Nigeria for like 4 years until 1970
Civil War,
or something.
big time.
And they ate it up, and it's gone forever.
Was it Angola they were fighting, or was it Nigeria? I think it was Cuban. Castro sent troops.
It was part. Biafra was part of Nigeria, and I guess swallowed by Nigeria after the Civil War. Anyway, Jello Biafra, 67. That was kind of
not to be confused with the Dead Milkmen.
No, that would be the horrible thing there. And one more quick thing. I'm running out of time. I can't believe it. Statue of Liberty arrives in New York Harbor on this day in 1885, dismantled from France, shipped across the ocean, 350 individual pieces. President Grover Cleveland became known around the world as the enduring symbol of freedom and democracy after it was for abolition of slavery after the Civil War and a century of friendship between the U.S. and France, designed by a French sculptor. Let's see, a Declaration of Independence, fundraising efforts, auctions, so forth. The thing cost the French what today's value would be almost $6 million. Let's see, the robed female figure, uplifted arm with a torch. Let's see, we will not forget that liberty is here made her home, nor shall her chosen altar be neglected. Let's see, a plaque described the new Colossus. It became Ellis Island near that. And by the way, can you imagine coming over from a foreign country to escape, World War II and whatever, and you arrive into New York and you see the Statue of Liberty? It's like in the movie The Godfather.
Yeah.
When, it really is a thing.
When they put him in that little thing on Ellis Island, doesn't he look out the window and you can see it?
And you can see it. And he was singing a song. He was in a quarantine because he had whatever. Anyway, can you imagine coming into the harbor to flee your country? And there's the Statue of Liberty. And again, the Frenchman Lafayette was 19 years old when he came here to help us fight the Revolutionary War. 19. Anyway, I'm running out of time. Quick things I mentioned we teased, and I didn't do it before. There's a study out. People looked at all kinds of bad things to show what are dark traits in people and what state has the most people with psychopathic behavior. The 4 states with the most psychopaths are Nevada, Louisiana, New York, and Texas. Dark traits because of poverty, crime, inequality, scarcity of resources. Nevada because of the gambling culture and risky behavior. Hookers on the street everywhere. South Dakota, high poverty, no health care, limited resources, mostly just sand. New York and Texas have economic inequality, wealth right next to poverty, people upset. Anyway.
Well, and we know why Louisiana, they're all crazy.
They're all nuts. Freaking psychos.
It's because all the crap from America floats down there.
Right down the canal. It's all down the Mississippi.
You flush and it goes right there.
It's right in there. At 550. Oh, and by the way, the 10 most dangerous beaches in the world, or actually in America for sure. If you're going to go on vacation this summer for beaches, here's the most dangerous beaches in America. Number 1, New Smyrna Beach because of riptides and hurricanes, and the shark bite capital of the world. New Smyrna Beach, shark bite capital of the world. Number 2, Laguna Beach, 68 rating. Panama. No, the one in Panama City Beach had the most surf-related deaths. By the way, I'll give the quick talk because I'm running out of time. Here are the list. They're all in Florida. New Smyrna Beach, Laguna Beach, Florida, Daytona Beach, Florida, Miami Beach, Idaho Boardwalk, Florida, Cocoa Beach, Florida, Palm Beach, Florida, Miramar Heights Beach, Florida, Cape Canaveral, Florida, and Jupiter Beach Park, Florida. I've lived in 3 of those.
Riptide and bull sharks.
Yeah, and sharks. That's right. Not a happy place to be. They shut down the Louvre because the staff quit and went on strike because there are too many tourists. They're complaining about the tourists at the Louvre. They can't afford anything. The rents have gone up. The same thing happened in Barcelona. They're giving people squirt guns to squirt the tourists who show up in Barcelona. Same thing is happening with parts of, countries all over that part of the Europe part of the world.
Blue Ridge.
That's unbelievable. Mallorca, Venice, Lisbon, Mallorca, I guess they're called. I mean, Portugal, it's all over the place.
LJ.
They're tied. They don't want tourists anymore. They can't afford to live there.
Go home,
The mountains
Floridians.
are making. That's Flounder's Funnies. Look out. Here we go.
Don't put so many pillows on the bed. How many pillows do we need on a bed? 2 heads, 2 pillows. That's all we need on there. I'll bet every bed here's got 8 or 10 pillows. Am I right, fellas? Yeah, it wasn't your idea to put them there, was it, guys? What do you do when you go to bed, guys? You grab 3 of them and throw them right on the floor.
That's right.
Got to lay down somewhere. If you put your head on pillow number 3, your feet are 1.5 feet off the end of the bed. Just grab them and throw them on the floor. And ladies, if you put a new bedspread on or new pillowcases, we don't notice. Don't get upset. You know why? We don't care.
That's
we don't care. My wife said, "Didn't you notice we had new pillowcases?"
It's like when you're out with a date with a girl and she says, well, I didn't invite you in, but the place is a mess. Trust me, we don't care. It's okay. It's fine. And now, Kimber Pete Flounder, I got to go. You're killing me. And Lord Brian, see you tomorrow, boys, for Hump Day. As Christine, sing me home, baby. I got to go. You're killing me. Look out, Herb and Herb.
Streaming across Georgia on the XTRA 106.3 app. This is WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. XTRA 106.3.